Alright, what's up, everyone? Yep, Rip Destiny. Never played it, but I feel bad for the fans of it. And Gambler, dude, what's up? It's been 6 years. Yeah. I feel old yet? And Beto, 5 years. Thank you guys. Such a long time. Kind of outrageous, to be honest. Yeah, the Mozart buff is fucking crazy. Like, Mozart was already a really good budget support. And then they're just like, well, let's just make him way better. So, definitely gonna test that out today. Although we have to go get the buff. So, his art up now lasts 3 times instead of 1 turn. Now, that's not, like, crazy strong, because, like, you can go through 3 art attacks pretty quick, but that's still a hell of a lot better, though. And then he gives battery to the whole team. I think it's 20%. And then he does debuff, he puts a debuff success chance up, debuff on the enemy. That's a lot. Because he's already got the crit down and the art resist down and all that other stuff, right? And obviously the giant star bomb. So, yeah, he's giving you a lot. His only weakness is, you know, he doesn't have any survivability, but you can generally offset that by either grailing him or by, like, the other support. Because you normally do 1 DPS, 2 supports, right? Whoops, wrong button. He buffed Arthur the other day, or was that even before? I don't even know. It's just like, I just saw Arthur had an NP buff. And he's got, he does more damage, and he gives, himself, like, anti... what is it? Threat to humanity or some bullshit. Can budget quicks get some love? I mean, they're what budget quick? Yeah, they buffed the clown, but it's not gonna make much of a difference practically, because like you wouldn't really use him in a stage that you wouldn't have used him in before. But if you were going to use him before, now he's a bit better, right? They're probably going to buff Romulus. Because it looks like they're just buffing all of the units that got an animation update. So the 3-star Lancer is probably just Romulus. As predictable as that is, that does seem to be what they're doing. That being said, I do think Lancer is going to get buffed at some point. It just kind of, that's kind of the state of the game. Not going to be a lot of fun to be had in these stages. Oh, let me, playlist isn't on random. Virgil music, there we go. Play some Jekyll and Hyde. I'm gonna have to grail him now. Just use the new Mystic code, try to get it leveled up. God, I hate that picture though. Yeah, I mean there's some, you know, that's pretty niche though, like the curse stuff. That's not really that big of a deal. It's more like he's more consistent now. Who is the next buff? What class is, I forget. Isn't it like Berserker, like probably Kualter, Leonidas, I think. We're in a church for some reason. Five-star Zerk and 2-star Lancer. Okay, yeah. Probably that stuff then. Wow, I can't believe that all 3 of those attacks didn't kill that guy. Are you kidding me? That's fucking ridiculous. What the hell was that? Oh, Jesus Christ. Wow, this is shit. Level 33, by the way. Yeah, animations are better, but it's still him. Make star. I should try to get to overcharge. Get that overkill. If I remember correctly, you get less NP gain when attacking berserkers, and you get more when you're attacking casters. Very strange system. Can Toki get love? Which one? Could probably face tank one more turn here. Maybe two. It'd be nice to get that NP. Okay, there we go. Just art crit. The berserker one that explodes after a sneeze. I mean, he's still usable, but definitely behind the times. Surely he's gonna kill this guy. There you go. You just gotta ask. Hell, if I'd done another Buster extra, I probably would have killed the other guy. Maybe he gets it. Damn. Nice. Bro, 92k. Too bad I don't have Atlas for the Star Bomb. $114. Although we did have 300% overcharge there. Yeah, his animations are really nice. They're way better. He probably got the best animation update. So, like, the thing about Jekyll and Hyde, and I don't really want them to change this because I like characters being unique and having deterrents, but you gotta have positives that, like, offset those deterrents. So, a big deterrent for Jekyll and Hyde is he can't use his NP again, right? And, like, that's bad, right? Because you have a lot of units, even ones that don't do damage, that can keep getting those buffs and even stack the buffs, like double cast it and stuff like that. And they just get way more value. So Jekyll and Hyde can only ever NP one time, and that's it. And you never get to do it again, no matter what. And then it's not even a very strong effect, right? It's like it's not that much Buster up. So it's like that's just not balanced. Now, I don't think you need to make it where he can NP again. I mean, you can do that, but like I don't think that's a really fun way to fix it. I think it's better to make it. Yep, it's a drawback that he can't NP again. But what you get needs to be way better. Right, like if you literally can never NP again, then that one time you do it, it needs to be really good. So they should add like, a permanent attack up to it. I think that's really important because he's got such a varied deck, right? So he doesn't have a lot of Buster, really. You know, maybe a crit up or a damage resist buff. That'd be cool. Give him a permanent damage resist buff. It doesn't have to be huge, but make it like 15%, like a permanent damage resist buff, 15%. Combine that with the damage up and the extra HP that he's got. That'd be pretty cool. To the sad thing is they're probably going to buff one of his skills, which that's just shit. Buffing his skills is such a bad way to fix them, because there's just so many problems with his skills, because like the timings don't work out, because if you want to like do a big turn in one go, you have to cast the skill, then use the NP, then do the attack in one turn, which you can do, but then you cast the Jekyll version of the skill, right? And using the NP doesn't upgrade the skills. And so like the whole way you fix his kit is entirely through the NP, right? Like, because if they wanted to have his NP upgrade the skills, then like retroactively, then that'd have to be part of the NP, not the skill, right? Like the NP is the problem. And like, sure, you can make his skills better and that'd be nice, but overwhelmingly what they need to do is make his NP a lot stronger. But I don't think they're going to, because they already buffed his NP. Now they've double buffed an NP before, so it's not like they can't, but they don't do that often, and it's just such so low-hanging fruit to be like, well, just upgrade one of his skills, which is just that will have a very minimal effect on the problem, unless they like just buff it to some insane amount that it's worth it to transform and then wait a turn, then use the skill, right? Like they might do some nonsense like that. Dude, that battery buff was so lame. I don't know what the hell they were thinking with that. That was crazy lame. Like, I don't know how they don't see, like, how bad that was. Like, hey, the one skill that gives him a lot of damage, yeah, now you have to use it before you transform. Or don't, and you still get the crit damage, and then you didn't get buffed at all. Like, great. Can we get a Billy the Kid animation update now? Little Roman hype here. It's not necessarily good to change his art card to Buster. It kind of just depends on, like, you know, what kind of team you've got. Now, obviously, you don't need the NP gain of an art card anymore. So, like, as it is right now, I would say yes. But people like using Castoria with everything, right, and things like that. That's why I say attack buff is really good. Give him a permanent attack buff. Now you could do both, right? You could switch that card to a Buster card, and then, you know, fuck it, just use Buster supports, you heathen, and then you know, also have the attack up. So if you did that, if he had a permanent attack up, switches his deck to Buster instead of that art card, that would definitely help a lot. I still would like to see, though, some more creative stuff in there, like a damage resist or something. And X Explorer, dude, thank you for the 49 months. I mean, I think they will give Billy an animation update. I don't see why they wouldn't. Especially now that the day ones are finished finally after 10,000 years. Now, he's not necessarily literally the next thing they're going to give an animation update to, but I think a lot of the American servants will be up next, though, because they are pretty behind. Like, yeah, they're a bit better than the day one stuff, for sure, but they are now the worst. And I guess there's some London stuff that actually still hasn't been updated. Like Babbage hasn't been updated. Hohenheim hasn't been updated. And yeah, it's true. You do have like those early animation updates. Like they have technically been updated, but they're bad, right? Like they are. You got like what's his name, Waver, Joan of Arc. No, Joan of Arc got an update. Vlad, like some of those. Careful what you wish for, though. Some of these animation updates are really lazy, so we'll see. I'm scared if the update Q, because obviously his model and animations aren't great, but at least he had like effort put into his sprite in terms of them animating it from different angles. Like, dude, I'm telling you, I say this all the time, but it's true. This is like the check if they put effort in or not. So with Ku, you know, they animated his legs from like the front, the side, and the back, right? So he's got like some attacks where, you know, he like pivots and stuff, and you see his legs from the back, which gives him a lot of freedom to make his like animations like look better, right? Now, obviously, because it was early in the game, they didn't use that very well, but he does have, like, his arms and his legs and stuff from a bunch of different angles. And modern servants almost never get that. Now, some do. Some of, like, the big 5 stars they really care about and stuff. Sometimes they do, but some 5 stars, man, they don't put effort into. But yeah, most modern servants, they just will not draw the legs from that many angles. And that's a big part of why their animations look very stiff and they rely on particle effects and stuff. Yeah, can't say I was very happy. Man, Caesar's getting so lucky with the cards he's getting. Can this happen all the time, please? But yeah, was not happy with Protoku's animation update. I mean, some of the attacks are cool, but that in-between pose all the time looks absolutely ridiculous. Using Lancer Alter on the same team as Lancer Artoria is funny. Yeah, there's several characters like that. It's a bit jarring. And George didn't die, even though they're berserkers and assassins. Figure that one out. That mighty ass punch, goddamn. Didn't have any buffs up, no stage bonus, nothing. Level 70. Dude, Caesar is such a cool Grailed unit. He scales so well. Like, even to this day, after all the power creep, he still hits so hard with his NP and stuff. Like, man, if you got him 120 and 2k foe and now 3k foe and all that, like, oh, man. It's really something. You give him that buff success chance command code, so he, like, always gets the attack ups. It's fucking awesome. I wish I had the buff success chance command code right now, actually. I mean, I have it. I think I have 2 of it, but I don't have it equipped. Not what I was expecting. God, that looks like a giant, like, party balloon. It just looks ridiculous, dude. Tell me I'm wrong. I could try to get to 300%, but it won't really matter. Yeah, he's probably dead. Wow. It's 80%, bro. Talking about your cool NP. Where the fuck is Hans, dude? 80%, by the way. Literally doesn't land any of them. Jesus. That's what I get for not having the buff success chance, dude. Yeah, it still did a lot of damage, to be fair, but, and he didn't get the art up damage. I hate that you have to wait a year for animation updates now. Remember when they used to just do them instead of it being like an anniversary gimmick? Like, dude, I kind of just hate this player base because they're fucking stupid, right? They're like you have like these marketing firms that when you look at like what they do and why they do it, it's like, man, they must think we're stupid. The thing is, we are stupid, right? So you have these people being, oh, this anniversary is not so bad. Look at all these awesome animation updates. I've unironically seen people saying that's like, yeah, they didn't actually fix anything. But look at these nice animation updates that you should have had years ago. Right? Like, what are you waited a whole fucking year. Right? It's like, oh, you're supposed to be happy that they don't do animation updates anymore. Like, how, it's like the PR on that, right? Like, they've spun it where them not doing animation updates anymore makes it cool the rare-ass time that they actually do it, right? Like, just fuck off, man. Free stream streak. Well, I didn't know that was like a message that it would show, but cool. I mean, yeah, I'd rather get animation updates than not, but it used to be so much better. Like, holy hell, like they're just like feeding you shit and people, you know, saying thank you. It's so dumb, dude. And that's why it's like a lot of companies, right? A lot of corporations. Over time, they try to min-max like getting the most out of the least workers as possible. It's like, how little staff can we have and how much can we make that staff do before they break, right? And they try to find that perfect equilibrium of like just enough to not make people shoot themselves, right? And it takes a while for these companies to figure it out and to like balance out the right ratio of, you know, firing people and having very little staff and then paying them as little as possible to get that, but still getting them to work really hard, right? And it's bullshit, right? It's a terrible thing to do, right? And that's what this fucking game does. It's like, how little can we actually get away with, right? And like, that's like exactly what they're doing. I've played this game and watched it long enough. That is 100% what they're doing. David got it last year. It was part of the, crazy that you have to wait a fucking year, because now like now all the characters that like people like, oh man, I wish they got an animation update, they're not getting one until next year, maybe. And then if they don't get it then you have to wait another year. Oh, is it part of the main story? I don't remember that. I thought he was just part of the last batch. Am I crazy? That was definitely not last month, brother. Unless, like, my perception of time, I'm, like, in the hyperbolic time chamber. Or if it, like, just hit NA or something. It's, like, it's definitely it was not that recent. Although, it doesn't have to be mutually exclusive, right? My perception of time can be fucked. And that can be wrong, right? We can fuck this up on many levels. We can actually all be wrong about everything all of the time. Was that like part of the fill? I kind of blocked, to be fair, I literally blocked that from my mind. The stupid, we're doing more filler. Lol. Guys, are FGO players okay? I'm serious. Are you guys okay? Like, they fucking hit you guys with, we're right before the finale, and we're gonna hit you with 2 years of filler. And then we're gonna do the finale, and then we're gonna hit you with more filler. Right? And somehow this is okay. Right? Like, I don't, how the, like, what other player base accepts this, right? It's absolutely crazy. But yeah, I kind of just forgot that the, I conflated anything that happened there with the last anniversary because, like, one, I don't play the game anymore, really. So it's just like empty void there. And then I just kind of forgot that you guys are doing filler story again. Because who would even believe that? But yeah, was David part of that? Because, man, I don't remember that. I mean, the main story is over. They're just gonna make a new one. Like, because I guarantee you when this shit's over, it's still gonna go back, you know, the time thing. They're just making stuff in between to make it seem important. That's always what they fucking do. I don't even care. I literally don't care, right? Like, I don't care what stupid bullshit Nasu ass pull they try to justify. I don't give a fuck. I'm playing other games. Oh, hi, Merlin. Time to hit him with a rock. I mean, I feel like that's a pretty justified thing to do with Merlin. It's Boris. Did they actually name him that? That'd be incredible. I doubt they did that, but that would be sick. Although it'd be sad because then we're never getting Boris. Wow, we didn't kill him. That's actually kind of crazy. I guess I should have buffed. We definitely would have killed him if I used the buff. Or that buff. That would have done it too. Bonk him. No, it's just tonight. Yeah, I figured. I would say it was close to being a great game. It's not really anymore because a lot of the potential it had is gone because the power creep is so bad. Right? Like a lot of the do you guys remember how many people here played the game, you know, back in my day when we actually cared about art cards? You know, remember when you had to like work for crit stars and you had to like balance like, okay, do I want to focus on raw NP gain but do low normal card damage and do NPs later, or do I want to do like good normal card damage now but potentially really slow down doing an NP later, or kind of go in the middle and do a little bit of both, right? And then like, you know, if you're going to play the long term with your skills, like get less value out of them by casting them right now, but maximize when they come back and cast them again, like, or will that get you killed, right? Like, remember we had to balance these things? Remember that? That was a long time ago. And you had hit counts and all this stuff. Now you just get a million stars from like stars per turn skills and stupid shit like that. And you just NP over and 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 over. And like everyone has a million batteries and blah, blah. It's just so fucking stupid now. Like a lot of what like made the back and forth with the boss interesting is gone. Like, because even some key things you could do to make this game a lot better would in theory be good, but they're not really good anymore, right? Because like the game is so fucked up. So for example, I think the game would be substantially better if they kind of took a page out of Slay the Spire's book. So when it's the enemy's turn, or like during your turn, you see what the enemy is going to do, right? Like literally above each enemy's head, show what they're going to do. That's what Slay the Spire does. It just show over the enemy's head. When it's your turn, it shows you what they're going to do on their turn, right? And the thing is, that just takes a lot of RNG out of the game and lets you strategize more. So if you see, oh, they're going to cast 2 skills and attack once, right? Or you see, oh, they're going to attack 3 times. Right, and oh, every attack is attacking my front unit, right? Then you might want to cast that front unit's evade skill, right? Where otherwise you would have just saved it, you know, until the NP was up or something like that, right? I think being able to strategize like that would be way better, and you could even put little target icons of who they're going to attack, and then but then taunt overrides it and stuff like that. I think that would like help the game a lot, but like it really wouldn't anymore though, because the game's still going to be you NP spamming, you know, non-stop. Constantly. I want to go do that challenge quest, but I do kind of want to grab these buffs too. Phantoms was decent, although Phantom is terrible for the quest. What's your favorite AU? Probably Lancelot, and Karn is like right there too.
Hello.
But yeah, his buff's all right. You know, he's still really niche and whatnot, but God, because I don't play a lot anymore, there's so many buffs I need to get. What the hell? A lot of SQ. On the one hand, I want to do low stars versus the game mode thingamajig, but on the other hand, I'm not sure any low stars would really work with Mozart right now for that stage. I mean, you could do, what's his name? Theseus, but I don't think Theseus is a good pick for this stage. You know, he's a good pick in that he can work with like Mozart, but he doesn't really have a toolkit that's good here, because like I think you actually want, if you're playing low stars, you're gonna want a little bit of survivability and stuff, and he has none. But art is really good right now for budget, so they're probably the best. You don't do the charm thing with low stars. No shot. It's not worth it at all. You just bring Pierce Invulnerability. Like, you really only do that for the quest. It's not worth doing unless you can just do it as like a bonus. There's another banner. There's like, I haven't seen anything that has made me want to roll an FGO in so long, dude. I didn't really pay attention. I mean, the thing is, none of these are even rate ups. Most of these are GSSR, so like I'm not gonna do any of that shit. There's not like really any real banners here. Yeah, wow. There's none, I don't think. It's literally just a million GSSRs. Fuck 'em. I don't know, Azrael looks kind of dumb, in my opinion. I don't know why everyone's acting like he's so cool. I mean, if you like him, you like him. That's great, but I think he looks kind of stupid. Like, I don't really like the colors. He's just really weird looking. I think King Hassan looks way cooler, dude. Yeah, I think yeah, the old man is so much cooler. Well, while I think about it, we'll do another buff quest here. I know these need to get done. I mean, none of these are gonna matter for what we're doing, though. Only one off from that Valkyrie one. Like, I like the idea of his final ascension, but I don't really like it. Like, the more I've seen it, I don't really like it in practice. It's just, the colors are too all over the place and everything. Like, like, there's a reason I'm not rolling for him. I would not use him at all. Like, I just think there's so many other characters I think are so much cooler. Like, I'm not like offended by his existence or anything, but I'm just like, eh. And like, I never like the like. Look, I'm rule of cool is fine, right? Look at Siegfried right here, okay? You know there's nothing actually practical about this. Like, look at those fucking elbow guards. Do you realize how stupid that is? Like, can you imagine actually trying to move in that? And then like you've got, you know, in reality you have so much armor that has like so much articulation and whatnot, and you're wearing whatever the fuck this is, right? And like a lot of the weapons are like way oversized to where you couldn't possibly balance them. It doesn't matter if you have super strength. There's just no reason to have your weapon like that. Like, there's I mean, we fought that fucking balloon boy lancer with the lance the size of a building, right? It's just dumb as shit. And like, that doesn't really bother me though, right? Like, and now if it bothers me if it looks dumb, right? Because if you're establishing the game is rule of cool, I'm not sweating the like impracticality of things, right? That doesn't matter, right? It's like, does it look cool? Does it look nice? Or does it fit the character? Or what? That's fine, totally fine. You know, I don't get mad about that. But like, because Azrael's third stage is not even like remotely practical. It just looks dumb, right? It just looks dumb. I like, what the hell? It's like when they do like he's got the stupid like high heel, but it's not a shoe, it's literally your body, right? Like why? Like, why though? Like, it's just weird. And like the colors are just like all over the fucking place. And he's like anorexic, right? Like, just meh. And like St. George here, for the most part, looks fine to me. But, you know, someone's gonna like not like it. If it's just subjective because they don't like the colors, that's fine, right? And he's got like the parade ribbon going on here, right? Like, if someone doesn't like that, I'm not gonna be too surprised by it. Yeah, sand armor, yeah, the giant shoulder pads here. And he's got the exposed chest and everything. Now, I know that's like part of the legend because he can't like hide the weakness. That's like the thing, but you know, it still looks silly. But it is glowing green, so, you know, I give it a pass. Siegfried is far from the worst, though, when it comes to, like, over-the-top nonsense. Because, like, I see people get mad about, like, you know, characters wearing high heels in, like, combat games and stuff. I don't really care. I'm like, but does it look dumb, though? Right? Because then you have Fate that's just like, well, fancy shoes aren't enough. No, we have to, like, do the weirdest stuff imaginable. I'm like, I don't care that it's impractical. I care that it looks dumb, right? Like fucking what's her name? Not Van Gogh, right? Like, what the fuck is that shit? And there's that fucking Masashi, right, where they like intentionally designed it to look like something. It's like that it's wrong, but it's like actually like that's so messed up, dude. Like, yeah, a VC Braun. I'll give a VC Braun a bit of a pass because, and don't get me wrong, it still looks silly, but they're kind of playing into the whole, you know, his body's really messed up, and you know he was very sickly and stuff, and he's like, you know, like replaced his body with like golem parts and stuff. That's kind of what they're going for. Now I don't know why that translates to stilts though. Right, I'm just saying, you know, you can do the like artificial arm and legs and stuff, but why stilts though, right? I guess because they're kind of going for that fragile look, you know, I guess, but I don't know. It does. I love a VC Braun, but that's the one thing that doesn't exactly land. You know, it is kind of just, that's a little, again, I don't care about the practicality. It just looks dumb. Because I do find it silly when you have people like complaining about shoes, like high heels aren't practical in combat. You can't, but then the guy's wearing no shirt and is using a sword that's like so oversized that like the balance would be significantly worse than wearing fancy fucking shoes, right? And I'm like, so why is that okay, right? But this is, so I only will bring up like practicality if the game is trying to be practical, right? If like 90% of the game it's not rule of cool, it is trying to be practical, right? What I think gets people is people are actually so dumb that they'll see a game with like really over the top, exaggerated as fuck armor, and they think that is being realistic and practical, right? Where it's not, right? So you might have something like Lords of the Fallen, and someone thinks, "Oh, look how practical that is." But look, that one weapon over there, or that one shoe over there, yeah, it's not but none of it's practical. I've definitely seen that a lot because people just don't really know like the difference between what's practical and just stylized nonsense. And again, you know, I'm not really mad at stylized nonsense. It's just, I just want it to look good because, you know, it's subjective, right? If I think it looks dumb, I'm not going to like it. It's that simple. It's like if you don't like the color, you know, pink, and the game has got like a pink aesthetic everywhere, you're probably not going to be a big fan of that. I choose to believe the gunblade is practical. It's definitely not, but, you know, what are you going to do? I think realism can elevate art. You're right. I think it really depends on what you're doing. I think it's pretty complicated, right? I do think it's important though to understand the rules before you break them. It's fine to break them, but you need to understand them first. Because you definitely have times where they're not even intending to break the rules. They just do because they don't even know, and they end up doing something really stupid, right? So, for example, most people are okay with, like, let's say a battle axe that's not actually properly weighted. Now, that kind of defeats the purpose of a battle axe because they're very momentum-based and stuff. Like, the way they're weighted is, like, everything. But people aren't like that. They're not going to care too much. if it's like some silly, you know, a little oversized double-bladed axe and whatnot. You know, that's not really a real thing, but that's fine, right? It's still like good enough. But what they're not okay with is if it's not a joke, it's not a parody, right? It's totally played seriously. A character is holding the axe by the blade and is swinging around the shaft, and the game just takes that like seriously and like it's not a joke, it's because the creators are so, and that's a really extreme example, but the creators are so ignorant they don't realize how dumb that is. Now obviously that's so stupid, you know, 99% of people are going to realize how dumb that is, but that's why I'm using it as an example, right? Because sometimes what happens is they'll do something like just that really is a cardinal sin, and it makes it like impossible to take it seriously because it's not even a parody or anything, right? But they don't realize that they're being that dumb. So that's why I think it's important to understand the rules and then decide where you want to break them, right? But yeah, I think there is some art can really be elevated by being accurate and being realistic and like understand. Like if you have even if it's something like a play like Romeo and Juliet, it's not really a bad thing if your props department does a good job getting the period stuff correctly. And you know, there's a lot of fights in Romeo and Juliet, and you use the right swords and things like that. That's not a bad thing. That's not gonna hurt the art, right? And some art you know, is really tied to even the realism of something. Like if you're making a World War I movie, right, and you're really trying to make it, you know, grounded and gritty and depressing and these kinds of things, it helps you a lot to be realistic, right? It'll actually butcher you to not be, right? But then you have stuff, it's like high fantasy or you know, things that are meant to just be escapism, or you know, you're being very abstract. You know, I could go on for years on why you might not want to be realistic. And then there's a lot of middle stuff, right, where you want some realism, and you know, sometimes it's fun to make a nod to like an actual technique that was used with this weapon, but overall the fight choreography is for fun and you know, to be over the top and stuff. That's fine, right? Like that's not a big deal. It can be cool to make like little references to like, you know, like a pummel strike or whatever, but while you still have your oversized swords and things like that, right? So it's like, it really just depends on, you know, what you're going for, what your setting is, what you're doing. But I really stand by, you need to know the rules so you get to decide, okay, I want this much realism, I want this much art, I want to be stylized here but grounded here, right? Being able to make those decisions requires you to actually know the fucking rules, right? And like there are some games, like, let me think of it, I don't, like Dead or Alive, right, the fighting game. Some of those characters, their animations are actually quite grounded, right? Some of them are significantly more grounded than others. And they did that for like, there was like I remember there was like an army dude, right? So they're using more grappling techniques and stuff, right? And that it's still just for like fun, but it's because like that kind of just like works with that aesthetic better, right? And like in Fate, you definitely have some characters that like kind of works that they're more minimalistic or practical, like Kurotsugu or something, right? Like, but you have to actually be knowledgeable of, well, what is minimalistic, what is practical, what is like a grounded. Because some people, they don't know. They might have a character like Kurotsugu that they want to be more pragmatic, but they don't know how to be pragmatic, right? So they don't really, they're not able to live up to like the vision that they have, if you will. Will you stream more one-off streams that's not Relink and FGO? I mean, if I find something I want to stream, like that's kind of the thing. It's like, it's not fun streaming games you're not interested in at all. That's why I'm playing Relink, because like, yeah, I'm really into Relink. It's really fun, so I'm playing it. But like, yeah, if I see another game, like, oh hey, I want to play that, I'll play that. And a big problem is a lot of the games I like are horrible stream games. Right? They're so gameplay focused and stuff that they're just not worth streaming at all. Man, I've got a Grail Leonidas on my ult, but I really need one on my main. Also, it's like, guys, I'm old, man. Like, you know, and I've got my computer's pretty out of date now, and I don't want to update it because it costs an ungodly amount of money to do it now, and I don't care. I'm like, I'm not really that into. It's not. I can't justify dropping like $9 grand on a computer and I don't really give a shit, right? Or I don't really do that stuff a lot anymore. And it's like streaming is not really reasonable for most games anymore unless you've got a high-end computer. It is funny though, I have more money now in my life than I've ever had, but I don't want to spend it. That's how it is. And it's just a dumb fucking purchase, right? Like I just don't really do a lot of high-end gaming stuff anymore, so like why would I do that? Dude, I don't know what it costs to make a computer now, but I know, I mean, like just looking at RAM prices, I was like, okay, no. I was just like, I'm good, thanks. I'm gonna go outside. I mean, lots of things require a new PC. I don't think you realize how old my processor is. I have a good graphics card, but my graphics card's actually pretty up to date. But my processor's very old, and the problem is, you can't do like a budget upgrade because my processor is the best processor that my motherboard can support. So if I wanted to get a better processor, I have to get a new motherboard, and then you have to get basically then it's just, well, fuck, right? Because a newer motherboard's probably not going to work with a lot of the other stuff, like older stuff that I've got. So there's really just no way to do it. And like when you have an old processor, like a lot of stuff don't run well, especially you know, when streaming. Like most games still run well because I had a very good computer for the time, right? This was a very, very good computer for the time. So it ages, you know, decently well, but like streaming puts a hell of a lot of a load on stuff. So most games do still run fine if I'm not streaming, but if I stream, it's like, no. So Leonidas is just gonna live, and it is what it is here. Let's see that damage, though. Yeah, exactly. I need new RAM. Because like my RAM now is fine. I still loads things fine. It's not a big deal. But if I need a new processor, I need a new motherboard. If I need a new motherboard, I need new RAM. And then, well, now I'm basically just buying, you know, a brand new setup. And the RAM is so expensive. It's just like, nah. Because the processor is not super expensive, but it's still decently expensive. And then the motherboard's not too expensive, but it's a, you know, a chunk of money. And then the RAM's super expensive. So it's just like, okay. You know, or I could go buy a fucking house, right? Like, it's like, no thanks. And that's the thing. I think a lot of people just have a really warped sense of money. It's like, they're like, oh, it's only $5 grand, right? It's like, yeah, that takes me a while to make, but like, I can afford it. But then you keep doing that. You spend $5 grand on that computer. Several years later, you do it again. Several years later, you do it again. You buy some food you don't need, you know, fast food and all this stuff. And over time, you could have bought a goddamn house, right? And it's just like, and then yeah, it's silly, right? Yeah, I've never, by the way, so I've played games for a long time, right? I've watched the game industry for a while. I don't like this new wave of games. It's like trying so hard to use graphics as the selling point, because it's not even for gamers. It's for like shareholders. The people don't know anything about games. They don't look good. Like they don't. I much prefer games that put more effort into their aesthetic than the raw. I don't care like if their fucking arm hair is rendered. I don't care. It does not make it look better. And some games work well with more realistic graphics and some don't, but like it doesn't need to be that realistic. I literally don't need photorealistic graphics. I'm not impressed. Like I don't care about that. Like I think Devil May Cry 5 is the worst looking Devil May Cry game. Like by far. I think it looks terrible, right? I don't care that it looks like closer to realism. Why do I want realism in Devil May Cry? Like what? And then like it has all this like insane uncanny valley, right? Like the character expressions and stuff, because they're trying so hard to make it photorealistic. You know, you can't really get away with the more stylized, because like DMC, you know, 3 and 4 and stuff are way more like anime, and you can get away with more like, you know, anime facial expressions and stuff like that, where graphics peaked with Halo 3. That's about right, really. I think Halo 3 looks way better than a lot of modern video games, because, you know, they're the balance of realism with the stylized stuff and, you know, color. What a concept. But yeah, the Uncanny Valley in DMC5 throws me off, and the color palette is terrible. Like, what the fuck does DMC need being photorealistic for? Like, it's fucking ridiculous. 343 was on about the remaster having 1 billion polygons in the tire tracks. Yeah, I know, it's so stupid, dude. I think so much stuff from the past look better than current games. I can't, and it's not even like nostalgia. I'll play an old game that I never played, and I'm like, wow, this looks way better. It's because it's, you know, the caring about the actual style of it. I mean, people to each their own. I don't see anything good about DMC5's style. Like, the color palette is so drab. It all looks the same. It literally all looks the same. Like, that entire game, it just has the exact same color palette like the entire time. And like, oh, you're in like a hellscape again. Whoop. It's so, I cannot stand it. And then, like, you can't tell me the smiles look good in that game, dude. Every time a character smiles, I'm like, that's not human. Like, that's an AI trying to act like it's human. That's a Terminator. That's like a Terminator trying to, you know, pass off as human. It's like, on the surface, it looks pretty human, but that shit ain't right. Like, that shit's fucked. And like, it's DMC, man. DMC is like the most anime-ass franchise that ever was. Like, imagine someone like looking at Devil May Cry and being mad that like, you know, Dante's not wearing a shirt. It's like, well, that's not optimal protection, or that like ladies wearing heels or something. It's like, are you fucking stupid, right? Like, why does it need to be photorealistic? And here's the thing, if you look at like Arkham Asylum and whatever the sequel to that was, I can't remember. If you look at those games, which are now quite old, and then you compare them graphically to the games today, there's no fucking difference. There's only a difference if you put it under a microscope and like zoom in on like Batman's chin hair, right? No one gives a shit about that. Like seriously, like, so many games that are like 10 years old, and you put them next to games that came out yesterday, I can't see, there's no fucking difference. Right? There's no fucking difference. Yeah, this insane push on graphical fidelity, and like, and a lot of this, you know, having to render, you know, fucking, you know, beard hair and all this shit, that it puts a lot of demand on your system. You know, that's why these games don't fucking run well anymore, and they're not optimized. You know, and then you put them next to like, you know, Arkham Knight or City or whatever, and it's like, there's no fucking difference, man. But that game runs a million times better. It just sucks because it just makes the hobby so much less affordable, right? Like the as they just keep pushing the graphics for absolutely no reason. Because if we were still using, like, you know, you don't have to go as back as 360, but like, imagine if you were trying to make games look like they did on the 360, but you have like the hardware like one step above that, so it's gonna run like a dream, and you can have like really big battlefields and lots of AI and all this stuff. You know, like, that'd be way better in my opinion, because that's the thing. I don't think people even realize this. Graphical fidelity holds back video games. Like, EDF is able to get away with like these huge battlefields and, you know, like more complex AI running around and stuff like that, because the graphics are shit. You couldn't do EDF in like modern graphics. It would you would melt your computer, and like, you're not gonna have the processing to do that. And so like they sacrifice, you know, a lot of stuff for the graphics fidelity, and that just makes games less fun. Like, I would much rather have more gameplay options than tire tracks. If you tried to do EDF 5 on Unreal 5, that would not go well. How did we get on this topic? Oh, me not streaming anymore. That's why. But it is part of it. I just don't want to put the money into it. Because, I mean, it's like it's a hobby now. I don't do it professionally anymore. And it's so expensive. So I'm just like, eh. And I have a lot of fun going outside, so... And I'm picky about video games. And like I said, I like a lot of video games, like the BlazBlue roguelike. And that's not... It's a good stream game a few times, but it's just like... overall, that's not a game that's gonna hold the attention of your audience, right? Because it's way more gameplay focused and it's kind of repetitive. It's not like new stuff. You're not fighting a new boss all the time and stuff like that. I do play a lot of old games when I do play games. But I mean, I go for like many days without playing games unless I'm streaming. Like, I'll just do other stuff. I played Relink though a lot lately because that game's been like exceptionally good. All right, Sanson, let's see what you got here, buddy. One day Sanson will be good. Yeah, I played a lot of Fire Emblem games. I really stopped liking them as Awakening and on. I played Awakening, but I didn't really like it. And the way they shifted the series from that point on, I really didn't care for. Like, Awakening had a profound impact on Fire Emblem, and there's a huge difference between all Fire Emblem games from Awakening and on and before. They're like totally different. And Awakening was so successful that they kind of just, they were like, oh, they didn't really understand why. And I can tell you why. It's because it was the first fucking Fire Emblem game that was marketed and was on a good system. All the Fire Emblem games before that were on systems that weren't popular, where Awakening was on the 3DS, which is one of the most popular systems ever. And that style of game on a 3DS is a dream made in heaven. So you could have put like Path of Radiance on and with like new graphics on the 3DS, and it would have done very well, right? But I don't think they understood that, because like ever since that game, they started making the graphics more like that. They started being way more waifu stuff, and that's always been a bit of the game, but not like it has been from Awakening and on. And there's just so many things I don't like about the series from that point on. Now I do like Path of Radiance. I think I love that game. That's a great turn-based game. Really enjoy that. But I will say this, I even like Path of Radiance, which is my favorite Fire Emblem game. Even that, I can think of other turn-based games that I like better. Like Gladius. There's a game called Gladius. It's basically Fire Emblem, but more focused on the combat. And it's set in Rome, and set in like gladiator battles. But when you attack and stuff, you play like Mario, Paper Mario mini games. So it's like Fire Emblem meets Paper Mario, and it's amazing. And you can play it co-op, and it's awesome. Like, it's a fucking awesome co-op game. Like that game is goated as fuck. That is such a great game. And honestly, it puts Fire Emblem to shame. The one thing Fire Emblem does have is, it's got like more variety in their character designs and stuff like that. But in terms of gameplay, yeah, I think Gladius is just incredible. But Gladius was on GameCube and all kinds of stuff. You can emulate it on, because like, the GameCube has a really good emulator that actually fucking functions and is like not a pain in the ass, and you can get it on there, and it's pretty nice. But yeah, I think it was on all the consoles. Yep, like Lost Kingdom. That's a good game, dude. Old games are so much better, dude. I'm sorry. And like I've played, it's not nostalgic, because I've played games like Oddworld Stranger's Wrath, which I did not play. I played that maybe a year or two ago. I did not play it when I was younger, and I'm like, wow, this is great. It had a few issues with like you know, the field of view, and you know, it's some old game jank, but like the game design and like what it's going for and like the mechanics are awesome, right? And like Metal Arms glitch in the system. That game is so much fucking better than most modern games, dude. Like older games are just a lot more creative. They're not at games now are very cookie cutter, where they're like, okay, these like 5 genres of game are really popular, so we'll just make that genre of game and put a coat of paint on it of whatever IP we're using. And like sometimes that works, and those genres aren't always bad, but it's like there's so much more to gaming than just that, right? Like almost every modern game is just so it's using the tried and true framework that we've seen a million times, right? And it's way too derivative. Where like, and it's not just because games are older now. We're like, oh, all the formulas have been figured out. Not at all. Like, because there's so many formulas that have been figured out that we're not reusing, right? You don't really have a lot of games like Gladius or Oddworld and all that stuff. That stuff is just, they don't make games like that anymore. Lost Kingdom, like Lost Kingdoms is, you can't really, that's not really like any modern video games at all. Like it's just fundamentally not, it's a completely different like kind of game. And there's no games really like it. They just don't do it. They don't even try. And it's because it's, you know, they don't want to be risky. There's really no reason for me to play a Pokemon game, and all the people that like know my video game taste like Cairo are like, yeah, you're gonna hate it. And they're right, I am gonna hate it. It's boring as fuck. Press A to win. Oh my god. What are your thoughts on Tsukihime? Hold on, give me 1 sec. I need to get my water. I left it in the other room and I'm like dying over here. Hold that thought. I'm old. It's taking me forever to get out of my chair. You guys are such nerds. Anyway, so Tsukihime, on the one hand, it actually is the foundation, really, of the Nasuverse. Like, technically, Notes is, but, like, Tsukihime is really tied at the hip with Notes, right? Like, they really took this universe that they made with Notes, and then instead of it being, like, way far down the timeline where everything's fucked, they're like, hey, let's take that world where all this, like, cosmic bullshit behind it, and put it, you know, more in modern day, and things are more normal. But, you know, everything that's really important in Tsukihime does have to do with things from Notes, even if it's easy to not notice that. And it's, you know, Tsukihime basically is what mainstreamed the formula of, like, what the Nasuverse is, and it's where all the side series stuff, you know, is kind of, it's like, okay, Fate's, you know, tied to Tsukihime, but, like, but what if, you know, it was this, this, and this, right? Then Fate became more popular, but you know that Fate was originally derivative. But anyway, so it is like the foundation of everything. It's kind of what made the rulebook. And I do like a lot of the, you know, space bullshit that's behind everything. You know, that's neat. And some of the I like some of the villains. Like, Knight of Wacky, whatever the fuck his name is, and, the Chaos guy and whatnot. Like, there's some cool bad guys, but I don't really like Tsukihime, because one, Nasu's writing style is insane, okay? Like, all of his, like, trying to mix slice of life, like, slapstick with more serious stuff, it just, that's never worked for me. It's so much filler. Oh my god, the amount of filler. And then I don't like Arkawade. I don't like her at all. And I don't like Dude Cheeky. I don't like them, right? So it's like, and they have so much screen time. Like, of course I'm not going to enjoy this. Get this shit off my screen. Like, just let the bad guys fight each other, and I'll find that more interesting, honestly. But, you know, it's an interesting setting. And again, some of the bad guys are cool, but I don't really like the main cast, and the writing is bad, and the pacing is bad. Like, I am not it when it comes to Nasu's writing style. I think he does write good characters, because even though I don't like a lot of the characters he makes, they're still designed well. They're not like 2D archetypes, right? Nasu consistently does a good job with his characters. Even the characters I don't like I don't like Nero, but she's still not like just a 2D. She kind of is a 2D cutout now, but you know, she's not in Fate Extra. Right, so it's not like Nasu writes bad characters, but I do think he writes bad stories. And he's just bad at pacing, right? He's really bad at pacing. And so, like, Fate has certain aspects that I like enough that I can put up with Nasu's bullshit, right? But Tsukihime, I don't like enough to put up with Nasu's bullshit, right? So it's kind of an easy pass. Yeah, there's so much filler. Oh my god. Nasu is like... I swear he lives for filler, dude. And, like, that's fine if you want to actually make, like, a slice of life story. The thing is, he doesn't. He just has to put this backdrop of, like, apocalyptic stakes and then have characters act like it's a slapstick comedy and then go back to being serious and then go back. Like what the... I'm not about it. I'm really not about it. Time to shoot someone with a gun, though. You know what? Let's see this crit damage. Not a king, not counterclassing, but let's see what she can do here. Get him. But it is funny that, like, Tsukihime did take notes and ran with it. Because people act like Notes is like this kind of forgotten story that has nothing to do with anything. That's not true at all. Like, Tsukihime is like completely based around Notes. Even though the setting is super different, right? Because like Notes is like that universe really far down the timeline to a really extreme like aspect of it, right? But like all the cosmological bullshit, you know, really is, from Notes is the backbone of Tsukihime. The world is ending. Ort has destroyed half the planet, but Ren still can't find out how to use a DVD player. That's not an exaggeration. That really is the kind of shit that they'll do. And like then the dialogue between the characters just acts like it's like, you know, in a vacuum and stuff. It just does not work. Yeah, Nasu really is a good character writer, though, but I don't think he's a good scenario writer. I don't think he's a good story writer. Like, all that kind of stuff, I think he really drops the ball. But he's, I think, a much better character writer, like, in terms of, like, what the characters are about and what motivates them and stuff. Like, he's much better at that than most writers, I would say. And like I like Melty Blood more than Tsukihime because Melty Blood focuses more on the action, and some of the like alternate, you know, characters and stuff are just kind of fun, like roast beef and everything. But like, you know, Melty Blood's story is not anything to write home about. It's a fun fighting game. At least Actress Again is. I don't really like the current Melty Blood that much. It kind of is just Actress Again but worse. It looks nicer, right? It's got better graphics, but I don't think the current Melty Blood... I mean, it's not, like, awful. I don't, like, hate it, but... I would definitely rather play Actress Again than the current one. What, Type Lumina or whatever. I just want to point out, LARPer is the like, most misused term ever. Like, just because you only, like, seen a bit of Fate or, you know, here and there, that doesn't make you a LARPer. It just makes you casual. Like, people are such ass-hat elitists, man. It's so dumb, dude. Like, if someone literally only watched, let's say they only watched the Fate Extra anime, right? which from like a hardcore, you know, if you've seen other stuff, there's a lot of problems with it, right? Like Nero blocking Excalibur with her hands and stuff like that. It's just very dumb. But let's say that was the only anime you watched, and you don't know anything else about Fate. That's literally all you saw. And you're like, oh, I think Nero's cute three-faced, right? You're not a LARPer. Now, I don't share your opinion, but you just watch, you're just a casual fan, and you watched the anime and you liked it for, you know, subjective reason. That's fine. It's literally fine, right? Like, I don't like that anime, right? But if you like it, and that's the problem, people don't want to have nuanced conversations, and they don't want to justify anything. They want to just say someone is what's that other one, what's the they use this all the time on the internet. I'm old, so I forget. It's where what it technically means is like you don't mean what you say, you're just saying because it's popular. Tourists, that the people use that, but that's not what I'm thinking of. You see it a lot with like when people are like debating online and stuff. You know, I mean, LARP is kind of that too. Bandwagon can happen. That's not it. There's another. Those all work for what I'm saying, but like, it's a different thing that they say. Like you see this so much. God, this is gonna drive me nuts. Oh, I'm too old, man. Grifter. Thank you, Lost. Bless your soul. Yeah, grifter. And like people will just, it's so dumb because it doesn't even matter, right? And they're just making it up. They're just assuming like, oh, you don't really, you know, believe that. You're just grifting because that's what your audience wants to hear you say. Like, that's so stupid because one, you don't fucking know that, you know, fucking Einstein, right? Like, and then number two, even if it's true, it doesn't matter. It literally doesn't matter. I remember there was a guy on my Discord back in the day. People were like arguing about Fate stuff and FGO stuff. I don't even fucking remember, you know, like, this game is dumb as shit. But like I had said something about like Fate or FGO. And then people on the Discord when I wasn't there were like saying what I said, like were like championing that cause. And this guy on my Discord was like, you know, you don't even believe that. You're just parroting Green. And I'm like, that doesn't, you have no idea if that's true. And if it's true, it doesn't matter. Like the idea is just the idea, right? If someone's like, you know, putting forth the idea that using science to get to the moon is probably better than waiting and hoping, right? It doesn't matter if someone's championing that idea because they just heard someone else say it and they don't understand it. You know, or they're saying it because it's popular, right? They're like, you know, clickbaiting and they just want to like cater to the people that believe that. It doesn't matter. It literally doesn't matter, right? It's like the idea is the idea. It's like you either disprove it, or, you know, you either have an argument against it or you don't. It literally, the person is irrelevant, right? And like when you battle the person, you're just like small brain, right? Like it's if you're like insulting someone instead of like dealing with their actual point or philosophy, it's a waste of time. You're just completely wasting time. Mentioning Voldemort, no, that's you know, that's someone else. That's someone who has 3 hit invulnerability. That's a whole other thing. But I always just find those arguments just like really cheap where you're like, oh, you're grifting. It's like, okay, let's say they are grifting. So what, right? Like, you know, the idea is either right or wrong. So like deal with that. Like you're not actually discrediting someone by saying that they're grifting, right? Even if you're correct, you're what the fuck? Cause they don't let you repeat these, do you? Maybe they do. Maybe you can use the same one. I can't remember. Holy Bates. You guys would say Bates. That's beastly. You can use the same one. Oh, okay. That's okay. That makes more sense. Jesus Christ. It's because a lot of these people have a battery and then they have got their 50% from this thing. Beastly does have very unique taste on his different accounts. Like, he's got cool... He very much has cool account. I feel so bad for fans of her. That's a rough time right there. Poor guy asking for Sita. Dude, that's so messed up. It really is so messed up. Them putting her in arcade. What the hell? The Cersei screenshot. Yeah, I remember that. How long did it take you to save 4K SQ? I don't know. I don't roll very much. And the thing is, I could have way more than that. Because I play so casually now and I don't log in for like months at a time, I could have so much more than that. I had that like so long ago. And, you know, and I've used 100, 200 SQ, you know, here and there, you know, for random characters here and there, but yeah, I don't fucking know. If you go through all my VODs, you can slowly see it accumulating over time. It just kind of happens. It is funny because over the years, I've been accused of being a whale so many times because of a lot of SQ, and I'm not. And these people have no investigation skills because, like, my account is exactly what you would expect, right? For someone that's played a long time but doesn't spend money. Because, like, I have very few, like, limited time, rated up craft essences limit broken. I have, like, none, right? Because I don't roll enough to get any of them, right? Like, I'm almost entirely welfare craft essences, and then, like, one copy of like a unlimited craft essence and stuff. And then, you know, I've obviously got the craft essences that you can get any time, right? Because you get them any time, and I've been played for a long time. And there's just like really, you know, huge gaps in between like what characters I have and shit like that. Although that's partially because I don't like a lot of the characters these days. I like a lot of the characters from like actual works, right? I like loads of the Strange Fate characters, right? And loads of the Fate Zero characters and loads of the Fate APOC characters, right? But a lot of the FGO original characters are just a lot of like dumb, like waifu of the month characters and stuff that I just don't really care about. But yeah, I've played the game for a very, 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 very long time. And there's a couple of like limited craft essences that I have limit broken because I targeted them, like the Yang CE because it's so good. But yeah, most of them, I really just... The ones I have limit broken are just the ones that were rated up with, like, the character that I did decide to roll big on. You know, like, I save up and, you know, rolled for, like, Mordred or whatever. And whatever was rated up with that character, then I have that one, right? That's generally all I got. But yeah, you get a lot of resources if you play for 10 years. Yeah, for sure. Like I have like all the old school CEs limit broken and stuff like that. Yeah, people actually think if you're free to play, you can't get like NP5 5 stars. It's like, yeah, you're not gonna get it overnight, but yeah, you're gonna get them. I could have way more if I cared to. I only have like Mordred and I think Enkidu might be NP5 now. Either that or NP4, but like Mordred's NP5. And it's like, that's not weird at all. That's not... I've been playing for so long, like, of course I fucking have that. And if I wanted to, I could have a lot of 5 stars in NP5. I would just have less 5 stars. I would just... They'd be more condensed. Like, if it was a goal of mine, I could have a decent number of NP5 5 stars. But it's not a goal of mine. I'm generally very happy to have... I actually prefer 5 stars at, like, NP2 or 3. Because I like the balance of, like, low stars having NP5, but having lower stats. And then 5 stars having higher stats, but having low... Like, I think that gameplay-wise, that's just, like, it's just a better game. But, of course, I got my favorite characters that, like, I want to max the fuck out and stuff like that. Actually, look, because I haven't played in months, I'm not actually sure where my NP rank, so I think Mordred's the only NP5, but I might have like one or two others over time. Because like, you know, I've gotten Arthur at times I didn't even expect. Because I had him NP3 for like forever, and I think I got him again, so like maybe he is. I kind of want to do the normal card damage, honestly. Just kill him with the first card. Jesus Christ, we just killed that guy like 5 times. Definitely 4 times, maybe 5. But each card definitely killed him, but the first card killed him, the other 2 hit harder. So, and then you have the extra attack. So definitely killed him 3 times, but then probably 4 or 5. Yeah, she's so busted. She's aged so well. Like, her support is so good. That's like never changed. Like, her support is fantastic. Let's see. I need to look at the other one. I have a lot of NP5 4-stars because you just get spooked by them over time. But I know Mordred's NP5 because I actively tried to do that. My god, where the fuck is the NP rank? Oh, there. Way the hell down there. I don't think he is, but I might try to get him one day because I really do like. Oh no, he is. That's right. Didn't I get him kind of recently? Because I had him like an NP2. Then I remember he rated up and I went for NP3, and then he was like that for a while. But sick. I didn't even realize I had him at NP5. But yeah, I really, really like Tesla. He's a welfare. I remember I got her twice, and then I used like a ticket and I got her again. But I don't think I've ever got. Yeah, I never got her. I remember I rolled to NP2, and then like the summon tickets and shit they gave out, I used, and I got her NP3, but I've never gotten her again. But like she's fine at NP3, so no biggie. Maybe Enkidu because he's not limited, and I know I've historically been very lucky with Enkidu. No, not quite. Don't even start with Herc. I don't think... She's probably 2 or 3. I don't remember. Yeah, just 2. No idea what she is. 2. Yeah, 2 is pretty common. I know he was 1 for ages, but then I got spooked by him like not too long ago, so I think he's 2. Yep. I think my Aussie might just be 1, unfortunately. That's why I've never invested in mine because I have so many friends that have Aussie max the fuck out. I'm like, okay, mine's never gonna keep up. I think my King of Sun might still be 1, which really sucks. Yeah. I think I got pretty lucky with him. I think he's 3. Yep. Yeah, she's NP1. There's no reason to start by NP level because like there's all these different rarities and shit. Also, I'm kind of just remembering what the fuck I have. I think she's NP1, which is a shame because she's got the cool hat and she has green powers. Yep, NP1. Yeah, I don't think I really have anyone else that's a super high NP rank. Well, Edmund's okay. I think I don't know, she might just be NP2 actually. Yep. Yeah, I don't think anyone else is of a impressive NP rank. 4 stars though, because you get so many like 4-star spooks and you don't even mean to. Like he's NP5. I have so many 4 stars in NP5 now. Pretty much all the vanilla ones you can get anytime are all NP5. Oh yeah, she's in the game now. Am I Penth NP5? I think Jane's like 3. Oh, I can't remember if I ever got her again I remember there was the Calamity Jane like incident where things went really badly. Okay, she's 4. Yeah, I think I got her to 3, then somehow I got her again some other time, like way later. That's plenty though. She's the weirdest fucking unit on this entire account. Like, if you look at my account, you can kind of, you know, things make a good bit of sense for like what I aim for. Like if you look at what's grailed and shit, and then there's just Calamity Jane for some reason. And then Gil is like really high NP rank. I think he's NP 4. I think I eventually got him NP 5. I think way later. He was NP 4 for ages. I think eventually I got him NP 5 on some random rate up. But he's not really good over here because I just focus on him on the ult account. So I don't even like Space Ishtar. You don't want to see the stuff that's like down here. The shit that like I got because I was like trying to get something else, and then I got a 5-star I didn't want. Like her, I don't like her. I was trying to get Percival. There's so much shit like that where like I don't even want this, but I just randomly have it. Yeah, like her. What the? Who? Why? What? Oh, it must have been Mori. Mori coins. Is definitely what that was. I don't mind Anastasia, but I never really tried to get her. Why the fuck do I have her? What? She's been in the game for so long, I doubt anyone's gonna remember why I have her. Because I don't fucking know. I have no idea. And because I couldn't tell you if it was when she was first added or later. It was probably later. Oh, is she? Oh, yeah, it could just be a spook then, if she's spookable. If she's permanent. I don't even remember. Quetz, no fucking idea. Oh, that's the ruler one. I actually have Vlad, like, leveled the fuck up on my ult account. Actually, he might be leveled on this account, too. That just might be another copy. And there's a bunch of shit in my second storage that I'm not going to show because you can use second storage to, like, take someone's account. And if someone takes my account, I'm going to use it as, like, leverage. Although I have the literal receipts, right, from, like, GSSR from the past. So I can always use those to get my account back. But yeah, there's like Kiara and shit in there. Like multiple of a bunch of bullshit 5-stars I don't like. I think Space Ishtar's in there. Actually, I don't even remember. Here, I'm gonna block my screen because I want to look. And then I'm not gonna say how many are in there because that's like needed. But there's some dumb shit in here. Yeah, I'm definitely not telling anyone that's in there. That's like my safety net. Yeah, I got Space Ishtar and Kiara. That's the main stuff that I don't like in there. What were you rolling for that got you... Wait, got you what? Oh, Summer Comma? I have no fucking idea. I don't even know. I didn't know I had Summer Comma. Which one is that? Is that the Avenger one? I have some old CEs, not a lot, because you know, like not the limited ones, but I don't. When was she added? I don't even know. Oh, Summer Canis. Yeah, that's probably why. There's definitely some characters that with GSSR has gone bad. That has absolutely happened. That's like the one time I spent money. Although I haven't done a GSSR in so long. I never did that many of them. Because when you don't roll a lot, it's like, okay, I really want Arthur. Arthur's rated up. I have a bunch of SQ. I got Arthur, right? So I don't need to get Arthur in a GSSR, right? And that's what happens is like, yeah, I could get like Mordred or Karna or whatever, but like I already have them, right? So I don't give a shit. When you don't like roll that much, you just don't need the GSSR. You didn't level who? It tells you how much I care. I don't know who that is. Or all max essential? No, I mean I have a lot of good skill ranks. Like, okay, these are all 10. If I say 10, they're all 10. So like 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Like all this shit's 10. Like literally all the Grailed stuff, all of this fucking shit is all 10, 10, 10. That's 10, 10. She's 10. He's 10. He's 10. He's 10, but you know, farming. She's 10, 10, 10. Actually, she might not be 10. I really don't use her that much. She's just kind of for LOL. Yeah, she's not 10. The car guy. Oh, the guy that has like the sports car. I like him. I don't like him that much, right? Like if I was playing the game more actively, I probably would get around to leveling him, right? But ever since he got added, I don't really play the game anymore. Like he's fine, but like I don't like him nearly as much as like I like her more than him. And you know, she's just level 80 for God's sake. She's probably 10, 10, 10 though. Yeah. He's 10. I mean, there's loads of 10, 10, 10s in here. It's normally stuff that I like kind of like but don't like, and they're not. Or I kind of like, but I don't super like them, and they're not that useful to me gameplay-wise. They're generally not 10, 10, 10. Old Beat Man Zerker, same thing. I like him, but like I don't play actively enough to bother. If I was playing really actively, then yeah, I would level him, and I probably still will at some point. And like pretty much all the low stars are 10, 10, 10. There's a few that aren't, that are really shit. Like Jekyll and Hyde wasn't 10, 10, 10, although he is now with the animation update. But there are some like low stars that, even though I like doing low star stuff, they're shit, right? They're so shit, there's no point in leveling their stuff. Or like they have a skill that's just, you don't care about that one, but you care about the other two skills. But like stuff like Ushi and stuff is obviously 10, 10, 10. You know, all those staples, they're all 10, 10, 10. Yeah, Geronimo might be 10, 10 now, because even though he's awful, but because of that last buff they gave him, I probably did do it. Okay, yeah, look. The art one's always been 10. Like I remember he was 1, 10, 1 forever. Because the second skill was the only one that mattered. And then they buffed this one, that one matters, that one's 10. But the Buster one still doesn't matter, and it's still, you can see what's happening here. But when they buff it, then I'll make it 10. Also, what I do a lot of the time is like if I ever use them in a video, then I'll like if I soloed with them or whatever, then I'd level their skills. Like that happened a lot. I'm sure she's 10, 10, 10 because chat never. No, wow, she's not. I was gonna say I don't really care, but I was like, chat normally gives me shit when it comes to Gareth. But yeah, she's still 5, 10, 10. That's funny. That's actually kind of surprising because like she's not. You never really need her, right? Because of like Ku and stuff, but she's kind of okay. I don't know. I don't think I've ever used her in a low star video before. I don't think. Green hate Gareth. It's more like I like the other Lancers more. He's definitely 10, 10, 10. There's no way. Because he's awesome. 100 face, obviously 10, 10, 10, all that stuff. Boudica surely is. Ever since she became a good... Yeah. He's like really good now, actually. That command code, that shit's no joke. The question... So I have Billy up here at 108, and obviously he's 10, 10, 10. The question is secondary Billy 10, 10, 10? I don't actually know. Nope. That's one of those things, if I ever need to do it, I'd probably do it. I think I made my secondary Ku, though, 10, 10, 10, yeah. That's such a pain in the ass, dude. What about Robin? Okay, nice. I got Robin at level 70, 10, 10, 10, and then I've got him at like 92, 10, 10, 10. Hell yeah. Why do you have secondaries? Because sometimes, like, you'll have a stage that's, like, interesting with low stars. But if you bring a fucking level 120 Ku, it's probably not, right? It's like, oh, hey, this is kind of a cool stage. Like, this is kind of a cool boss gimmick, you know? And it's actually kind of interesting with low stars. But, you know, if I bring this thing, then, you know, probably not interesting anymore. So I haven't, like, I've used 70 Ku in a few videos. I haven't used them in a lot, but there's been a few challenge quests and stuff here and there where I've used them. And sometimes people don't notice too, which is funny. And they're just so used to my OP Ku, like, huh, it's kind of weird Ku didn't do very well here. Because they don't even realize. Yeah, would you believe it that this Ku murders and you know every archer and berserker in the game? Huh. Yeah, he really fucks up berserkers because he gets the bonus damage. And like, it's just sometimes it's fun, you know, to do lower level stuff. So The thing is, it does suck though, because it's a pain to get things 10 10 10, right? So it's like it does not feel good to level Robin to level 92 and get him 10 10 10, and then level another Robin to 70 and get him 10 10 10. That does not feel good at all. And I for a long time I refused to do it. Like, people would ask me, why don't you do that for like videos and stuff, and I was like, fuck you, because I need hero proofs, you fucking dick, right? Especially like, because once you have an established account, it gets easier to do stuff like that. But this took a long time, bro, right? And like, they'd add stuff that's like, oh yeah, that needs Lancer skill gems, right? Like, I need those, right? Because like, I have a lot of Lancers, right? So I'm like, motherfucker, I need those. I'm not using that shit. Like, I put all that work into getting Ku to level 100 back then, right? It wasn't 120. And I'm like, and they keep adding Lancers I need to level their skills on. I'm not gonna fucking level a second Ku, dude. But yeah, very different. Day one concerns versus 11 years are really different. So yeah, after like an ungodly amount of time, I started doing some secondaries like that. But I'm still super light about it, right? Like, I only do it for the stuff that, like, you know, Ku and Robin, and like maybe I did it for Darius. Wait, did I not even level a... I swear to God, I leveled a secondary Darius. I know I have one at NP5, but maybe he's not level 70. Bro. I know I have one at NP5, I'm quite sure. But he must be down here. Yeah, he's right there. This kind of is what I'm talking about. It's like, I don't want to do it. Like, it sucks. One of my least favorite things to do is leveling the second one. Like, it feels so bad, like, dropping gold gems and a bunch of hero proofs or whatever on a character you've already maxed. I bet you he's not 10 10 10. I'm just not that big of an Emiya fan. Yeah, no. There's so many archers that I would use over Emiya. Sorry, Emiya fans. But yeah, like him way better, dude. He's way cooler. 867, yep. I wonder if she's 10 10. I didn't think so, because I really don't like Nero. But she's interesting for like testing and stuff, but I think I just use other people's Neros. Is she 10 10 10? Wow, no. I thought she might be. She's kind of cool, but I don't really use her. She's definitely 10 10 10. That one I'm like super confident. He should be. It'd be whack if he wasn't. What the fuck? Well, that's, I guess I do normally use someone else's. When I think about it, I like always use someone else's, but I do like him a lot. Okay, that one's a little embarrassing. That one is a little embarrassing. I don't think he's 10 10 10, because I always use aces, and like that kind of happened right off the rip. I was pretty sure I didn't level his, and I normally just use regular Karna. I do like Karna a lot, though, to be clear. There is no shot she's anything. I'm surprised that's even level 2. I am so not a Morgan fan. I'm surprised that's even... By the way, she's level 89 because I don't like Morgan, so that's the thing. She's probably 111. I don't even know why what the fuck was she rated up with? Oh, it's probably Zhufu. Unironically, I think it was just Zhufu. I just like vanilla Zhufu. I think that's what that was. Priorities. Yeah, she's 10 10 10. She should be 10 10 10. We've used her an okay amount. Nope! Gotta fix that one. Yeah, she's 10 10 10. I don't really use her, so I doubt she's 10 10 10. I should probably fix that someday, but I like never use her. I think because she's in P1, I'm like, why would I use that? Yeah, she's definitely 10 10 10. Yeah, I didn't think so. I use other people's Cleopatras. I do like Cleopatra, but I always use one of my friends. No way, she's not 10 10 10. She's gotta be 10 10 10. Yeah, all this stuff's gonna be 10 10 10. Some of this won't be, like, because like in my main account, and then like Arjuna I've kind of just been sleeping on because mine's so weak. Is Gundam Max? Oh, of course. Like, that was like day one shit. I mean, brah. I need to level him to 92, actually. I think I just was getting low on Grails. It's the only reason these two aren't 92 yet. Because I like him a lot. No 10 Zerker? What do you mean? I mean, he's 10, 10, 10. Bro, look at this shit. What are you talking about? Look, they're grailed to 100, 2K Fode. Look at these boys. Got Stereos here. He's even 2K Fode. Man, we got 120, brah. Like, look at this shit. Got Berserkers for days. And my ult account's got Blood Axe at 100 and all that good stuff. We don't talk about Tiamat. Like, look, that one is because she's so recent and I don't really play the game a lot anymore, okay? Mercs, KFO, all that good stuff. Yeah, oh my god, add Shimbata, dude. I would be all about that. He's 2 years old. I haven't been playing the game in a long time. Okay? Like, I stopped being active a long time ago. Okay, there's no way. Yeah, nothing that's grailed isn't 10, 10, 10. There's nothing. He was like the only thing that maybe because he's recent. Yeah, I know they're all 10, 10, 10. Actually, maybe Lobo's not. Okay, no, because I know he was pretty recent. That would have been embarrassing. Yeah, he's not grailed, but I think he's 10, 10, 10. Yep. He will be great. Like, this needs to be 92. These two need to be 92. If she had her green costume, she'd be a lot more likely to get grailed. I don't remember if I got the white skin for her or not. If I unlocked it, I probably didn't buy it. There's no way I'd use it. Like, the black looks way better. Okay, let's, we need to either use Mozart or just low stars for the challenge quest here. I'm not really sure which one I want to do. Could maybe do both, but I'm not sure an art team would really work out. Wait, she got her green skin why didn't anyone tell me this? Motherfucker! You dicks! I cannot believe no one informed me of this. That's it, the Discord has to be shut down. It's not her usual. I mean, let me see then. Yeah, I wanted just the regular one from the story. Chat, you're in timeout now. Yeah, I mean, that's not as good as the one from the story, but it's still better than what she has. Like, I would have gotten that. I blame Lost. Okay, what can we do here? Oh my god, you have to summon a friend. Fuck this game. I would play this game so much more if you could just bypass the support system. Dude, the amount of friction where I'd have to like log in my ult account because no one slots low stars, let alone low stars that are actually applicable to the stage. Right, so it's like you either summon something completely worthless that doesn't help you at all, or you summon something that's overpowered as fuck, and like, it's just, I hate it. And like every other game that has a friend support system like this, it's optional. You don't have to do it. I mean, this isn't really, like, this guy I'm talking about. This is so strong. Like, yes, it's a low star. But it is funny though because it's Artoria, so did they change the button to, why can't I click the button to delete everything? Did they change something? What the fuck? Why is this like blank now? Guys, I wonder if Bedivere has enough damage to kill Artoria. Not really a good time for Mozart, but we could show off how Shakespeare's better than he used to be. If I'm left to my own devices, though, I really will grail every single fucking low star. Like, I would rather grail, like, have like a grailed Shakespeare and Mozart and all that than a lot of the other stuff. 1 second, chat. I need to go fry some eggs, which is awfully specific, but I'm really hungry. And eggs are easy to make, and they have protein. And I also have kimchi, and so I can put the kimchi with the eggs, which is delicious. So this will take like 3 minutes. But like, my stomach is growling, so. Beastly, you're in charge.
Are you hallucinating? Are you hallucinating?
Okay. I'm back. Got my eggs and kimchi. It's delicious. All right, chat. How did Beastly do? What was Beastly a responsible babysitter? No rice. I have rice, but I didn't fix it because I mean it takes like 15 minutes. I will be fixing rice later today. I'll be making bulgogi and all that good stuff. He threw me into the rice cooker. Now, why would you do something like that? All right. You know, Leonidas got that animation update, and he actually seems pretty good here. That's another unit that needs to be grailed. Even though I've got him 100 on my ult account. I mean, it really depends on how meta you want to be. Like, if you play the game and you like being really meta, then yeah, you want to get Oberyn because he's part of one of the metas, right? You don't need, you know, there's ways to play without him that are very meta, of course, but and yeah, if you like him, then you should try to get him. But like, I don't give a shit. Like, I don't have Oberyn, and I've never had a hard time getting through challenge quests and farming and stuff. So it's really up to you. It's like, what do you want out of the game? Do you like doing buster teams? Do you like being meta? Do you like Oberyn? Then yeah, you should get him. If like all three of those things are yes, then yeah, it makes a lot of sense. I don't normally default to like, oh, if you like him, you should roll for him, because it depends on the person. You know, some people really are more into being practical than just using what they like. And some people, it's the other way around. They really just want to use what they like and make it work, right? So it all just depends. But yeah, he's very good. Wait, is he a fucking Grand right now? Oh god, I forgot that was a mechanic here. Grand Ushi would be awesome, but I can do Grand St. George. You know what? We're doing it. I don't know if this really counts as being low star, but they are low stars. I swear, this is very doable without this kind of bullshit. Like, use Ushi in the back. Like, use Ushi with the anti-caster craft essence. Alright, there you go. Oh, speaking of Beastly, can you give Bedivere some kind of pierce and vulnerability? That it really is just the easiest way to do this by far. Not even close. Yeah, FGO has never required you to have the latest units. You need good units, right? You need good synergy. If your favorite DPS is an old unit and they're an art unit, then yeah, you want to level up some art support. Doesn't have to be Castor or Toria. It could be Mozart and Jufu and stuff like that. Yeah, CE, yeah. I mean, if you want to do a bunch of Pierce and Vulnerability command codes, I won't stop you, but that's a lot more clicking, so... Can we get more Phantom action? Yes, but so... Here's a great example of what I'm talking about. This is why this game mode just isn't what I want, and it just doesn't fix the problem with the game. So, shut up. Okay, you won't shut up. Well, I guess we're just listening to this now. Anyway, so right now, I'd like to use Phantom of the Opera and Mozart. Right? The only repeatable, like, accessible challenge quest right now is a Lancer and a Saber. I'm sorry, Lancer and a Caster. So, Phantom of the Opera is fucking terrible. And if I'm not using an art team, then, you know, no good for Mozart. So, and like, so let's say half a year from now, they add a cool rider that has Pierce and Vulnerability baked into their kit and stuff. And like, oh, this would be a cool stage to try them out on and see some cool damage numbers. Whatever you want, Beastly, your discretion. But anyway, but then this stage won't be available because it's only here for 27 more days and it's gone. Like, what the fuck? Like, can we just have, like, you know, content? Because, like, if you want to try it an AoE servant, you could go do, like, Summer 3 or something like that. That challenge quest. All kinds of options. Origin, so we can nuke Merlin too. Sounds good to me. Yeah, maybe we won't need the rider in the back. Maybe, we'll see. I'll try to keep Bedivere alive. There is some big normal card damage that comes at you here. Yeah, no story replay. What the hell? Asclepius could be really good. Oh my god, chat. I love making videos. Video editing is just a huge passion of mine. Like, it's not, I don't do it because I like the end result. I just like the process. I like the end result too, but like, I love video editing. And I did it professionally for a while. And I miss that. I definitely miss that. I miss that quite a bit. What I don't miss is the internet. Like, you use Asclepius in some, you know, some random 1 to 3 star video, and they're like, people don't have Asclepius. You shouldn't. Oh my god. Remember that Kyostin TV crash out? I relate to that so much when he would just like use your fucking brain. It's like it's the setup is about like the concept and shit like that. And if you can't see, and like, cause like Kyostin TV nerfs himself so fucking much. If you can't emulate that, you're an idiot, right? You're actually an idiot, and no one is going to save you, right? And I think for the most part, most of my setups are the same way. I made sure to not do things that were too like gimmicky and specific that you couldn't obtain easily yourself. You know, I didn't use like the poster girl craft essence, which, you know, you could be totally locked out of that strategy and stuff. But people just like look for these idiotic nitpick things when they don't even understand. Yeah, Kyostin is the GOAT. He's awesome. And also, Arknights is unironically a really hard game, so, you know, he knows his stuff. But yeah, that crash out was legendary and completely valid. Yeah, I love video editing. I kind of need an excuse to do it again. I'll probably make an FGO video now and then, especially if I do eventually get around to upgrading my computer. Because video editing is pretty hard on your computer. Rendering the video is quite crunchy. David's fine. By then the Lancer should be gone. Bodica would be great if we had an art team. Art is so lucky, like, especially if your art DPS isn't a budget unit, but then you need budget, like, say you're free to play, and you got your favorite unit and their art. You know, Mozart, Jufu, and Boudica are phenomenal budget supports, and then you always have Hans and Asclepius and stuff like that. NVIDIA made their driver not work for GPU rendering on Vegas 18. Why? They told me to buy a new Vegas version. That's so fucking annoying. I haven't used Vegas in a minute, so that might affect me. I forget which version I have. Let me look. Oh, great. I have Vegas 18. Oh, joy. Motherfucker, dude. Dude, why is everything to do with, like, tech stuff becoming so annoying as I get older? It was so straightforward and reasonable when I was younger. Yeah, please send me that. I'll need it. God, that sucks, dude. What the hell is wrong with them? Like, I've bought Vegas twice. I don't want to do it again. This is why people pirate, because pirated versions actually work. That's the thing. That's what's so wrong about, like, all this stupid DRM and crap. Is, like, the pirated versions end up being way better. I don't know who to put in this last slot here. I want, like, healing, but then survivability, too. There's not a lot of that. Because Bedivere doesn't have an evade or anything like that, so that's going to be tough. Maybe just David, then. I don't think I have a backup David. Well, a lot of Grailed stuff. Whatever. I think I have a lifelong license, but then I have to find, like, the email that has the code and all that, and oh my god. So annoying, dude. I need to write that down in, like, a notebook. I know I've got the email, like, I found it several times, but... And I got it backed up on, like, a hard drive somewhere. Maybe that. Dude, I bet you Kyosten TV has way more built-up resentment than we even know. That crash out was probably just the tip of the iceberg. Because, dude, I've seen some dumb fucking comments on his videos. Like, Jesus Christ, dude. I can't even imagine. Like, he's probably just so sick of that shit. Does he still do Arknight stuff? I don't even know. He does. Probably having to grind away on the, like, Chinese version to make the videos 6 months in advance so he can get them out, you know, second one. Because that's what you have to do to compete with the competition, man. That game is so fucked up. I'm so glad I'm not an Arknights content creator. You lose hair that way, man. You know what? Time for the legend. I had someone get mad at me that this was limit broken once, and I'm like, it makes, like, oh great, the flat damage is higher. Probably just default. I don't know if this is gonna work. I didn't put that much thought into this. We'll see. There are some things I think people just won't understand unless they've experienced it. And that was kind of true for me to an extent. Like, I knew, it's not like I didn't know, but, like, I knew if you streamed a game, it was harder to, like, focus and play the game as well, but I didn't realize, like, how much of a debuff it was. I'll never forget when I streamed Dark Souls 1 many years ago. A game that I knew super well, and, like, you know, I could make PvP characters really fast, and then I streamed and I was like, oh god, this is so much harder. I was like, what the fuck? And, like, 'cause I knew it was harder to stream, you know, while I play the game, but I thought people exaggerated it, like, truly, but I'm like, oh Jesus. I'm better at it now. I'm much better now because I've streamed a lot and stuff, but I'm still objectively worse Like, and I always will be. There's no way around it. I'll always be worse at a game when I'm streaming it than if I'm playing it on my own. Because even FGO, even though it's turn-based, what will happen a lot of the times is I'll look at chat during the enemy's turn, so I'll miss important information that the enemy did during their turn, and I won't notice it all, then I'll get super fucked up, and that would just never happen when I'm playing by myself. It's like trying to work with your boss over your shoulder, staring at what you're doing, the whole shit. Yeah, it really is. And it's actually worse because you have to also divert mental energy into talking and stuff. It'd be like if you had to give commentary to your boss. Yeah, like every streamer, you know, people are like, oh, they're dumb and they throw and blah 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 blah. It's like, yeah, you would be too if you were streaming, at least to a large audience. It's different when you like don't talk at all and you're just locked in. You have one viewer or two viewers. You know, it's not really the same. But it's not as bad now because I'm a much smaller streamer now. So thank God. Let's see. He gives a lot of battery now. She's at 400k. Well, I know I want this. I don't think I need that. I'm not really I'm familiar with level 70 Bedivere damage. I'm not super familiar with his 120 damage. I just remembered if you do the first skill, your NP doesn't land the taunt, so I should probably have saved that. Uh-oh. Okay, I would just... I would just restart the stage, but nothing is going to really change. And it's faster to do it this way. My hand isn't very good, so it's certainly better to have a better hand, but that's like, you kind of just have to restart there. It's too much whiff value. God, I'm never gonna forget that fucking turn attack or time. What was it? Yeah, it was turn attack drama. That was crazy. So I literally didn't know that community existed. Oh my God, that was crazy. All right. I guess you just need slightly more damage. It could be low high roll, but this kind of is what it is. And then I can kind of cheat and not use his NP because I know it's gonna whiff like a champion. So, but I would have just failed and restarted and then not done it. So, does anyone know how the Arknights PC version is gonna work? I swear to God, that shit better just be on Steam like normal. If they do some like launcher bullshit, I'm gonna be so annoyed. I'm so sick of games doing. They're totally gonna do that because they have other games and they're gonna want to like have. Oh my God, I'm so sick of fucking devs, dude. Because it doesn't work. You're not Steam. You're not gonna have your stupid platform that like people give a shit about like they do. Everyone has like delusions of grandeur that they're gonna start off with their 2 or 3 games and they're gonna build a base and it's like, oh my God, people are gonna use our launcher and no, like it's not gonna happen. It's so bad to not be on Steam. How did, like, especially Asian devs, I don't know how they don't realize this. Like, if you look at the stats, not being on Steam is super bad for your game. I don't know if I'm gonna play it, honestly. I'm so sick of all these companies having 30 launchers. And it's not even, again, it's not just having to deal with another fucking launcher. It's like, how are you so dumb to not see the marketing value of being on Steam? And when you look at, like, how well... what's that stupid game Limbus Company's done from being on Steam, like being a proper full-fledged gacha game on Steam, you know, people look for it. You know, people they go into the genre checker and stuff on Steam, and they look for those games. And there's not that many of them, let alone good ones. So being a good one on Steam is a huge boon. Fucking dumb as hell, dude. I think this, I'm trying to remember what this gives. I have to look this shit up because I haven't played much since his buff. It might be 30. It's kind of crazy if it is. I don't think it is. That would just, I think it's like 10. Like he's 30 in total now or something like that. Yeah, it's 10. So no point using it right now. How about this music though? I don't really like when people try to get me to listen to music, honestly, because music is a very personal thing. And like half the reason people like the music I use in my video is because it is like personal to me. And like I've curated it. That's kind of the point. And like I listen to, and it's just kind of an assumption too, because like I listen to a lot of music from things I don't play. Like, good God, in my videos, there's music from like anime that like I fucking hate, but the music's good and shit like that. And like you know, it's just one of those things that like I like my own taste in music, thank you, and I like you know, like my own it's kind of like wading through water, right? It's like I like my path and like what I decide to check out, because like I'll check out soundtracks to, you know, certain things that I like, anime I don't watch and stuff like that, and like that process is kind of something I enjoy, right? I know a lot of people just like music and want to share it, and that's fine. But like some like those comments you kind of make are kind of condescending, and I just like, just don't, man. Like, just relax. Do we have a running emote? Probably not. Yeah, because like being like, hey, I love this music. That's great. You know, that's way better. Yeah, I get this chicken walk. Oh yeah, the Gator one. I forgot about that. Later, Gator. I love that one. So, Beastly, what do you think? 'Cause there's like memes about Eternal Ring and Elden Ring, right? Do you think FromSoft factored that into the name at all? I would say no, just because of like how Miyazaki is and like the story and everything. But I you know, I don't know. Let's see. I guess I need the attack up here. I'll be pushing it on damage a little bit. And like, there's a lot of stuff in all of FromSoft games that are references and like, you know, parallels to stuff from their older games. Like, for sure, they are big about that. Oh, I didn't realize it was that turn. God damn it! I might have been because she quick charged. I'm just going to cheat again. I used to like never do this, but now I just don't care, because it's like I've played the game enough. I know I'm going to do the exact same thing, and then just on that turn make the different decisions. So I just don't care anymore. Like some games, it like gives you an unfair advantage, but with stuff like that, it's just like, oh, you just need to react differently. Saves you time. He left when they sold FromSoft. My god, though, this loading screen. What a shame, though. That means if I was going to use that NP damage up, I didn't need to use this. I was planning on saving that for later. Yeah, that damage is just going to go into the void. Now Bedivere gets that defense up. He's probably fine. I didn't actually pay attention there. He's counterclassing. He gets the defense up. He's got 18k health. I mean, goddamn. $800k though. You could do this with a 70 Bedivere. You'd have to work a little bit harder, but you could definitely do it. And like Ushi in the back. This song is old. Yep, it's very old. Good though. Abinogi has a lot of really good music. Like there's like the Music Box remix of this song that's really good. Well, Bedivere did not give a shit. He also blocked the debuffs. But I'll just pretend he got debuffed and then we do this and oh man, look at that Asclepius value getting rid of that NP seal. Big brain Asclepius spec. Yeah, we could have needed it. It could have been necessary. Yeah, the Music Box version is really good. I was planning on using it if you ever had to like murder Mash. I was like, that'd be good for that, but you never had to do that. Let's see. I don't know if, oh, he might do 600. We've got double NP up. And he'll give himself Buster up. And he has a Buster chain. Yeah, actually, she might be dead. Yeah, Shakespeare actually has a cool, unique thing where if you do his art chain, the three animations loop together. They don't like reset in between or anything. They're like perfectly synced up. Pretty neat. Not a lot of value I can get here. Asclepius Stargen though. He's made 0 so far. There we go. 13. Speaking of old games, Microsoft is working on getting the 360 games on PC. Interesting. Armored Core 4 and 4 answer. Yeah, probably not, because those weren't Xbox only. Because that's probably what they mean. Dude, oh my god, Armored Core 4 answer is so fun, but it's like the things I have to do to stream it are insane. Like you should see what my room looks like when I want to stream that game. That's why I haven't streamed it again. I'm like, I don't want to do that. It's so dumb, dude. I love that game so much, but it's so hard to stream it. I don't get how the companies involved don't just, especially with when Armored Core 6 was like at its height. I could probably stun the boss here. Yeah, why not try? That one's not Sony. Isn't it Activision that owns For Answer? I can't remember. I don't think it's Sony though. Or Bamco. I don't. If it's Bamco, then they're crazy stupid because Bamco works pretty well with FromSoft. Oh god, Ubisoft. Oh lord. Well, if they go out of business, then the IP will be up for grabs. The setup's working almost too well. We're not likely to need George. Yeah, I know they don't work well in emulators. There's a lot of like technical issues. It's been a real problem. Why didn't these companies keep the source code? Dude, look, I love FromSoft, but fuck FromSoft. They're so dumb, dude. Like, they do not like respect their own art. I don't even get it. What other medium is like this? Right, authors that write books, you know, generally care a lot about making sure it's preserved and stuff. I don't understand why FromSoft has like been like one of the worst companies of all time about preserving their own art, and they just want to move on to the next thing. And it's like, what the fuck? You put all this, you know, blood, sweat, and tears into this shit, and then you make it where literally no one can play it forever. It's like, what are you doing? I just cannot like grasp that. I'll do way more damage in one turn, but fuck it, we go now. Good old Metal Wolf Chaos. Of course that one survives. And like, look at the Dark Souls remaster, right? Which they had to put like a gun to their head to make it like Bamco. They had to put like a gun to their head to get them to do it. And it's just so bad. Like, Jesus. Holy fuck. We haven't taken any real damage this whole time. And then Merlin's got hands. Although I guess he has double crit buff. Merlin didn't want to suffer us to live. And we still have our evade. My god. We have massive overkill value here. Like, we're not even using our rider. Only Leonidas has died. And a lot of our skills are coming back. Hey, look, he's got this back, so he's going to get his NP off again soon. I could evade if I wanted to protect him. And the boss is definitely dead here. Crazy. Yeah, it's definitely a meme game. I would just like to point out, we talked about this briefly earlier, but yeah, Maotohari's great. Maotohari's a great support. She's really good now. Like, her buffs have really helped her out. But Halo 3 is an awesome video game, I'd just like to say. And, you know, I've historically been like a bigger fan of like the older... You know, I like Quake a lot, right? And that's a really old FPS, but I really like Quake and like that style of FPS. But Halo, I think, was just a really fun, like, in-between, right? It's like, you know, it was a lot more stylized and even fast than, like, you know, the modern warfare games that, like, took over FPS at the time. But obviously it's not half as fast as Quake. But, you know, it still has a lot of, like, that kind of that DNA, like, jumping high and, you know, fun stuff like that. And, you know, Halo makes up for a lot of that, too, with, like, the melee system is really fun, and the grenades are really fun, and the maps are really well designed and everything. So, like, I love Halo 3, dude. And the graphics look great. I think they still look great. They're just... They held up to the test of time really well. Music's great. Campaign's great. I think the Halo 3's campaign is, like... Those are such fun, like, sandboxes of death. And, like, super fun on Legendary and everything. Like, really fun to play through those stages. Super great. Yeah, great music. Halo 3 is just fantastic. It's just a great game. Okay, we still haven't done enough crit damage. So now that we've done it though with low stars, we can kind of just do whatever. Maybe try out some Mozart. We need maybe Lancelot, because that's some crit stuff. I'd like to use a Grand Lancelot though. That'd be cool to. Hey, look, a Grand Lancelot. How about that? Then we can bust out Mozart. Because we want big fucking numbers now. Does anyone know if overkill damage counts? I've been wanting to grail Mozart forever. I should at least grail him one grail takes him from 60 to 70. So I should probably do that. Overkill does count? Okay, that's good to know. Wrong one. Why would you put that one there? I hate this UI, dude. Wow, I only got 9 grails. It's because I don't really play anymore. So I missed the countless grails from events and stuff. Yeah, Mozart's S1's insane. I mean, he's cracked now. He's super strong. And this buff is kind of cool because Mozart has actually been one of those supports that could potentially get weaker when you would, motherfucker. But when you would grail him, because he was such a burst support, you'd want him to like show up for a turn, maybe 2 turns. And a lot of times you'd want him to die to be cycled out for someone else. But now his first skill is so much better, it's a lot more worthwhile to like keep him alive for 5 turns and have it come back. Or even 3 turns if you do the cooldown reduction or something. That skill is so much stronger. I mean, the nice thing about Qin Gong is Qin Gong works regardless of if they're grailed or not, right? Because he just kills them. It doesn't matter how much health they have. Thank God for Qin Gong. What a champion. Oh, we don't fuck. I don't think they're in stream. So we're gonna have to get creative with Pierce invulnerability and stuff. Maybe I should use my Lancelot then, because even though that Lancelot's way stronger than mine, not having Pierce is just so annoying in this fight. You're not gonna have like 100% uptime on the whatchamacallit. But man, he's got 20,000 attack. Mine definitely doesn't have that. Let's see, with a proper CE, mine's got 16,000. That's a pretty big difference. But it is really annoying not having the, But I have to summon something. That's the problem. It's like, And I never like summoning the meta supports. But then there's just nothing to summon is kind of the problem. Oh my god, we could totally use Geronimo, though. Could do Qin and Mori. That's very good here. Might do that in a second. Anyone got like a budget support slotted? I mean, she's budget-y. I'm surprised you didn't give her Golden Carp, because then she can NP right away. I mean, that one's still good, obviously, but I feel like Golden Carp is like just made for her. I know Waver basically is a budget support now because he's like free, but still feels dirty. Also, I'm not sure anyone slotted a Waver. The Waver does have a crit buff, and I might do that just because it's simple, and like I get so sick of the support list. But I'm not sure anyone slots Waver because, like, again, everyone has him because he's free, and then you can get spooked by him and all these things. So like, no one's like, oh man, I need to summon a friend. This is why I hate the friend system, dude. It's just the worst. And like, everyone has 3 like slots now, and they just slot 3 meta things, right? Like, there's no saving this player base. Maybe it is her then. There's nothing fun here. Something crit related would be nice. Oh, there's a waiver. It's the fucking kid one, and he's 10-1-1. What the fuck is this shit? Quadia. I mean, certainly budget. Is that her new version? They look so similar, I can't even tell. I guess look at that art. There's no way that's the... They're not gonna swap out, like, Final Ascension art. Literally Arturia too. Dude, please just let me skip the support system. Like, I would be so much happier if I could just summon nothing. I mean, there's never an answer. It's just like a bunch of stuff that's either way too overpowered or completely worthless, or we'll just fuck up the whole synergy and stuff. Like, it just blows, dude. Just waiver it is. I don't know what else to even do. The anti-caster one is good if you want to keep him alive, and I'm pretty sure the crits don't matter which target they hit. Yang CE, it is super good here. And she'd be pretty strong here. None of my grands are that applicable, really. I mean, there's always this, but I don't think she's like anti-crit because she takes the stars. Maybe Mori would be a better unit to go with. I want to do at least one with Lancelot, though, because I want to use new Mozart. But yeah, I could put Mori in the grand slot and problem solved, and just being Qingong and all that good stuff. The problem here is survivability. Lancelot doesn't have any. Mozart doesn't have any. Hans is healing, not like hard survival. I don't know if Grand George makes that much sense, but we'll see. I love the end of that song. It's a shame that it's like literally only a few seconds, but adding the vocals is super cool. I would love like a whole version of the song like that. That actually drives me nuts. Like, that's literally for like 5 seconds. I wish this game would just adopt a lot of Arknight's UI, make things so much easier. Like, you should have all the classes up here and all the stars right there, so you can click like caster, 3-star, and not have to open up all these fucking menus and filters and shit. Like, I want to slap someone every time they be like, "Why are you using the filter?" They have so much space on this UI that's being wasted. Like, look, why is this text here? Why is this text here? Why is this button that big? Why is it like what? You could maximize this space so much better. I'm not sure this is what peak crit looks like, but we'll see. Waver's crit up is pretty big, at least for the time, anyway. I think crit up has a cap, though, doesn't it? 50. Wow. Just wow. I won't get waiver if I reset, though. Oh my god, I can't believe I got no Lancelot cards. That is crazy, dude. What the hell is that? And like, I could do this, and then you get the debuff success chance, so Mozart's debuffs are going to land. But I have like nothing worthwhile to do this turn, so... What the hell, dude? Yeah, a lot of buffs do have a cap. They're just so high that... Wow, he landed. Fuck all. I guess the attack down's nice with the defense up we've got. Jesus Christ, these hands are burning red. I don't actually need this, but I just want to see it. Even though this is kind of wasted value, but... How many people here actually get G Gundam references? Maybe we did need the buff. I don't know. I don't know. That art card there did a... Yeah, no, we did not need that art up. That was crazy overkill. That's not the right follow-up. Okay, here's some crits. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I do need a grand to get those huge numbers. I think Mori might be the way to go. I don't know, maybe Mordred though, because Mordred is one grand, and although she's only 100, right? And then I don't know if I have the Saber skill tree that far along. I keep forgetting the stupid quick charge. Fucking F-Go, dude. Yeah, we did Calamity Jane's and targeted Pierce the other day, but that doesn't fix anything. It's just 3 turns, and then Merlin, because like, okay, in 3 turns you kill Lance or Artoria. Now you have to kill Merlin, and he's just invulnerable forever. Like, there's no way around it. Pierce CE is just so much better than everything else. There's no point in using anything else. Unless you're using an AoE unit that will win in 3 turns. With like a stronger craft essence and like in Calamity Jane. And like that, you just kill both of them in 3 turns. Hey Ace, what's up, dude? We did low stars, but we used a 120 Bedivere, so it was kind of cheating. if I use his NP if she doesn't quick charge enough to go to full. But then I miss out on crit damage, which is like the whole reason we're here. We never use Mozart's third skill. How disappointing. Yeah, I bet you a 120 Charlie with a Pierce CE and all that, that's probably pretty nutty here. Thank goodness that overkill counts, though. Because most of our crits have been in overkill. I mean, I did it with, like, you know, skill, seal, and charm and all that one time because you need it for the mission, but then after that, there's just no reason. 98. Son of a bitch. Well, we have, please give me Lancelot cards. Well, that'll have to do. George Strong. Give me those numbers. Motohari does have a hell of a crit buff, though. Oh, she needs an animation update. Yeah, she didn't really have good body proportions, even for the time. Like, her sprite was pretty bad for even London standard. Damn, she's got hands, because George has got that defense buff, and he's level 100. Still getting a bit foobarred. Running out of ways to do crits, though. This one's only going to have an 80%. Oh god, we have to watch Merlin's NP. What's Foobar? Foobar means fucked up beyond any recognition, or all recognition. As for Foobar, as in like F-O-O, I don't know about that in particular, but yeah, Foobar is just fucked up beyond all recognition. I love that saying, by the way. That's super funny. As much as I want a Hans NP, it's kind of good to just get the crits while you can. F goes Foobar. Oh, absolutely. 100%. George going around the wheel, and then he gets that heal back. You know what? We could totally do George's NP and get that defense buff. And it's not like you need it for the crit thing, because like Lancelot's won't matter, so. Can we keep George alive? Dude, a 120 George with the rider skill tree must be fun. They need to give him an upgraded NP already. I don't think that'd be broken at all. That's like totally fine. Give him one. actually a dragon. Oh yeah, George is still one of the best budget units. That's never changed. It's because he was just conceptually such a broken ass unit. Still use him all the time. Like, controlling the enemy like that is just really powerful. And if they're a single target NP, then it's even easier. Okay, Lancelot's crits aren't worth as much now, though, because we're not doing counterclass damage anymore. But still get what I can. I don't remember how much we needed. Oh yeah, this song gets like flagged all the time. I mean, probably have to take it off the playlist. Feels bad. Hey, look, Fate music on my playlist. And then it literally turned itself off. I didn't even do that. That was like the map theme, and it just skipped over itself. The fuck? Yeah, taunt is pretty broken. Especially multi-turn taunt with a giant ass defense buff, so. Be better to give that attack up to George, but the crits are what matter. He's like unkillable in this context. And imagine if Merlin had like an even higher hit count, so you'd loop the NP and get the defense up more. And then imagine if Lancelot was a support that could like heal George and stuff, or give him hard survival. And then George has an upgraded NP, like, it'd be ridiculous. What do riders get when they do an imperfect combo as a grand? I don't even know. They can taunt again in one turn. Well, they get this shit. What the fuck was that? My god. Lore-wise, George does do more damage to dragons. Actually, Ascalon does, and it's a different NP that makes them a dragon. Actually, I think that's what he's doing. I think he's using the other NP, and that's the mark, and then he does Ascalon. He just doesn't get the bonus damage because they're silly. They need to upgrade his NP and give it bonus damage to dragons. And that's exactly how he works lore-wise, so. Because yeah, he does have an NP that makes him dragons. Damn, we're gonna kill him now, so no more crits for us. Best I got. 75, alright. They fear DPS George, indeed. I think they actually do. Because that's the thing, is if he's the damage dealer, like your Ushi or Ricky Boy, so he's the damage dealer, and you have two supports to keep him alive, but then he's George, right? So then he's super tanky, and then he's got taunt, so he's being attacked, so he gets all the NP from being hit. So then he's using the defense up more, right? And then if he's getting the dragon, but like, unironically, he's going to be meta. Yeah, if you give him an upgraded NP and you give him the anti-dragon. If you don't give him the anti-dragon, then maybe not. But like, if he has an upgraded NP and the anti-dragon damage, and he makes anyone a dragon, and he's gonna be able to NP non-stop because he has taunt, so he's getting the NP gain for being hit. They're just always a dragon. You're getting the defense up frequently. Like, he'll be fucking insane. And then you could bring Boudica. He's art. He's an art damage dealer. You bring Boudica. And then you give either one of them the anti-Roman thing, where the command code that applies Roman. And she gives defense up and all that stuff, attack up, art up, guts, second guts. So now you have 2 guts. Oh, and she heals. Right, so you have 2 guts on George now. You have a heal, another defense up, attack up, or art up, and then a giant fucking damage up against Romans, which you can make them Roman, and then you can make him a dragon. I mean, dude, crazy. Story replay, maybe someday. Okay, wow, we need so much more crit damage. Holy hell, we need just so much more. Maybe buff this shit out of Mori. Fuck it, we Merlin. We've already beat this enough times. Be nice if Merlin had a star bomb CE. Might need cleanup. I don't know why that song just started playing again, but it's a good song, so. Very hard to keep Mori alive. It's pretty good upgrading the. It's like 500, having 500 more attack. Basically, if you upgrade all your cards, you're giving your character 500 more attack on everything but their MP. And 500 attack stats pretty good, especially if you crit. Oh, I guess. Oh right, Ace has got Merlin. It also doesn't upgrade your extra card, but yeah, it's good. Especially if you are a normal card damage dealer, right? Like if you're someone that's like, you know, lol, just NP, and you don't care. But if you're like a crit-based character, you know, like huge quick crits or whatever that you're doing, then it's really good. But yeah, NP loopers, it doesn't really matter. Like if you're going to be breaking the bars with the NP regardless. But yeah, some characters it definitely matters. Very good on Ku. Oh, I need to try to solo this with Ku. I'm pretty sure he can do it. It isn't as hard as I thought. Like, my god, Hercules crushed that shit. The shitty part is when Lance or Artoria NPs. That wasn't an ace, Sanson. That's a different command. Playlist is all like screwy. Gundam. Okay, well that's a hand. I don't need the crit buff right now, but, you know, numbers. I do kind of want to give him the Buster one, though, because it gives him the health, so he's less likely to die. A lot of defense down. Well, no crits to be had there. I could bust her up like a motherfucker and probably break this and use Merlin's thing. I think try to live one. Well, like I want a really, really big crit turn. It'd just be ideal to do it on a different health bar. Wait, is your Merlin a grand? Like, I think he just healed himself because of a broken combo. He must be, like, unstoppable. Like, he'll just stay alive forever with that shit. The voice actor for McGillis, and we're playing music from that anime, so okay, can you guys not? I want the big numbers. Might have to cycle Qingong here, so do this. Motherfucker. I can buff. Oh, right, he makes stars with that now. Never mind. I really want to save this because it's just so overkill here. Maybe I should have brought Mozart. I may have a hard time actually getting the stars to use it. 400k. Fuck, why do I always... It's like the 9th time. Wait, that means Qingong won't die. God damn it. This game. I kind of want a version of that cat emote where it flashes green. So anytime this happens, you know, that fucking the background really fucked that up. I do like Ort in that Emiya thingy they made. It really wasn't just an Emiya thing. He's only in the beginning, because then it's Karna and Arjuna for. By the way, I don't were they on like some drugs when they made that? Because what's the through line? The first part is Emiya, who's not really in the game officially for the most part, doing like in the different singularities, right? Out of order, by the way. And then it's suddenly Lost Belt 4, which is like before half the shit they showed, but then it's just the canonical characters, right? Karna and Arjuna, right? So that's just nothing like what? And then all of a sudden it's like Casterku and Castoria just like talking. How did you make that? What the hell? That's not quite what I meant, but that works. The problem is it needs to start off as not green and then turn green. But how is that a thing? How did you find that? I'm so confused. I've seen, funny enough, I saw the original for the first time yesterday, which is really weird that now I see this emote here. Because someone made like a tweet where when like the red kicks in and it starts playing Armored Core 6 music. Because it looks like Rubicon and shit. This sucks. So now this taunt should be on Mori, so Mori could get NP gain. I mean, I could kill Merlin, but I'm not sure that's the play here. Might have to be. That's kind of fucked up. Like, Merlin's probably not getting his skills back before Mori would be in threat, so I do kind of have to... That sucks. I mean, I know it's referencing Lost Spell at 6. That's not... No one's... Like, no one said otherwise. Like, do you not see how there's, like, no thematic connection here? You go from a servant that's popular, but not actually in the story throughout, like, all of the Lost Belt stories, to all of a sudden the canon event of Arjuna versus Karna for, like, a really long time. And and then to just talking. Like, what the fuck? Like, it's so weird. It's like they spun a roulette of like random things. I don't think he'll get one turned. I need stars though. I want to use that crit skill. What the hell? Okay. We have 38 stars. Got our star absorb. There we go. It's only one card, unfortunately, but it'll have to do. I can do a Buster Chain. That's a bit more damage. Shame we don't have, like, Merlin's crit buff there or anything, but... I mean, she's certainly dead. It's like 600, 700k, something like that. Probably like 650. I mean, it's good. Damn, Merlin really does have hands. Oh yeah, you get guts. It's enough crit damage to matter a bit. Love this song. I'm probably the only person here that played the game that the song is from. One of my favorite video games, too, and it's just a shame that me and 3 other people played it. Mech Commander. Old fucking game. I could art chain. Pretty slow setup now. Right out of gas. We'll definitely win. I'm sure George could solo this. Maybe we get a lucky crit here. I don't think George could solo the whole quest because he could. I don't think he could solo the Lancer Artoria part, but like he can definitely solo Merlin. But yeah, there's no way he's doing the Lancer Artoria part. Although she is a dragon, but he doesn't get bonus dragon damage because fuck the lore apparently. Only one Buster card, but fuck it, we'll click the button. Is that like how much crit damage we've done right there? Or something? Yep, Risk of Rain. Amazing soundtrack. Let me link it. Yeah, I think that's the crit damage you've done. So are they wearing the shark suit because it's raining? Is that their raincoat? I could give him the Buster up and just... Yeah, well, I need more crit damage though. For me, it just shows the dancing character, not the rain. I mean, you could see the dance pretty well, at least I can. Shit is really funny, though. Man, nobody's got a quick card. Damn it, you didn't crit. Yeah, no, it's two emotes. That's like a thing on Twitch where you like cover an emote with another emote that has a transparent background. Uh, 30-30. Maybe we crit. It could happen. I'll take it. We got one more shot at it. Damn. Well, Asclepius won't do any damage because of the invulnerability. 60% chance. Come on. Yay, we at least get that. Alright, let's see what we did. I don't think it's... Man, you really need to crit the hell out of this boss. Oh, I got it. Nice. Okay. We beat them all. The steering wheel one is probably my favorite. Chad has made some very good... like, fucking Amiya crazy with it is so good. That with Cluster Truck really was something. Alright, we beat them all. Huzzah. That's a different thing. This UI. Yeah, that's the one. You can only buy one of these. That really is wild. Fucking blue. Why are there blue gems in here and not gold ones? Like, what the fuck is that? Yeah, you turn blue mats into other blue mats. Whoop-de-doo. Yeah, people have historically had such a hard time getting blue gems. That's definitely the one people have a problem with. If their account is like a day old. That 100 HP is the one that's gonna make the difference. Yeah, they're 100 each. Chat, I just had a moment. How do I explain this? Because I played other games. And so I just thought, I was like, I haven't played FGO in a while. I'm trying to remember, how do I go to like Ku's profile to where you can change all the stuff? And it's like, no, you don't do that. You have to go to each individual thing and then pick Ku every time. You don't go to Ku and then upgrade his skill or change his command. No, no, no. You literally have to do every fucking thing one at a time. And like, how has this not changed? Who the fuck thought this is how you do game design? Just the dumbest shit, dude. Well, these command codes are good enough. Although we don't really need that in this fight. I could do Merlin or something. Weird that I have the heal, but you don't normally need that on Ku, but I guess you never know. Might need it for Merlin. Nope, that's the wrong one. No, that's still the wrong one. That's right, it's in here. Dude, that's such a uncanny valley face. Oh, you can't do double George. Oh, we have level 1 Leonidas. You know, his regular CE might actually be better here. This might be long enough. Because it's 30% NP damage. And then, like, the crit proc. I mean, 50%'s really nice. I guess we do the 50 for now, and then we'll see. For like, maybe go more long term. Yeah, Ace is ready. I think I have a level 1 Summer Scath now. Because they gave her out, like, again. Yeah. Because he's a caster. Technically, this then should be something else. Maybe we do use Aces. Yeah, George. I mean, it's unlikely George would live, but you never know. Why did only one Lancer show up? Oh, it's because it's prioritizing Grands, I think. Yeah, that's why. I mean, normally these days default's better than Atlas, but there is a debuff here, and so I'll try Atlas. We'll see. Oh, we have the heal boost though, which works with the default. Yeah, fuck it, we'll go default. Might take a prior to optimize this. We already listened to this song today, but it's very good. Oh, here we go. That was so crazy, the UFO form, dude. Ain't nobody expecting that. He spin. Do that first to apply the burn. Okay, maybe we don't need all that starting MP. Maybe the greater value play is the way. Yeah, that would have done some pretty crazy damage if I had that 30% NP damage up. Yeah, I love how he like broke the grand system before they introduced them to the players. Bro, how are you not critting with anything? Like, we just threw away so much damage. I mean, I will probably break with the NP, but like, bro, that's not satisfying. Oh, great, she's gonna double NP. That's annoying. The ultimate evolution. Yeah, he is more of a crab than a spider. We probably could have done it where we would have broke without NPing if we had crit. I see she doesn't fully quick charge there. I think it's 2 ticks. Kind of sucks to whiff the heal, but it's nice to guarantee crit. My god. Can we have a 3.0 story, 4.0 story, a Fate relink story, you know, whatever that's like just set in notes, right? So you get like servants and shit in notes, and then you get to see the other types. And like, I really stand by this. Ort still has to be a really big deal, but you don't make him the first. Like, I think it'd be lame to make him the first one you encounter, because like, hey, it's the one type you've seen. And then look how much stronger these other types are. I think it's way better if you like start off with like Mercury or whatever the fuck. Although you've never seen Mercury, he's not real. But you know, Pluto, excuse me. And then kind of like midway through, you have remember Ort, right? Like I think that's the best way to do it. All right. Well, she is dead here. If I do the attack up, I might be able to kill her and then target switch. I mean, he might do 400k because we have the defense down and attack up. I guess we'll see. Not like the defense down's that big. Damn it, we're just shy. Feels bad. I think we low rolled a bit there. Why does this song keep playing? I can't stop it. Is Virgil inevitable? Like, I just cannot stop this song, dude. What the hell? I guess I evade now because, well, I still have guts because like any turn's as good as any other, really. Because he doesn't do an NP, and he's got a crit buff. So I can wait until next turn, because that... Oh, he's not burning either. I should fix that. I just clicked the wrong fucking button. That was not an art card. That was a quick card. I don't think it'll matter too much, because I'm going to break this bar anyway, but... Maybe I should have saved that until next turn. What was the type that got by the humans? Pluto. He didn't even make it to Earth. He's definitely the Raditz of the types. Finally, I can use the attack up. I've whiffed a lot of healing value here. I kind of want to do these, but we'll do that. And then focus on short-term damage. No, I should have done the short-term damage because I have the extra attack up. Yeah, like in the intro boss, like on your way to... Oh, we just killed him. What the fuck? How did... What the fuck? But yeah, on your way to like the singularity, like before you actually get into the singularity, you run into Pluto and you kill him. And we didn't have like any event damage there. That was just... And we could have had more if I had brought that 30% NP damage up. Like obviously we're a grand, so you know there's that. Okay, well, Ku could indeed solo that, and it wasn't even close. We had massive value left over there. Yeah, at first I didn't think he would do it because they're both class neutral, but then I remembered you're really broken when you're a Grand. Like, you're really fucking broken. Chat, how the fuck have I been streaming for 3.5 hours? What the hell? I should probably wrap up. I'll probably stream for a little bit longer here to just chat, but I got some stuff I need to do in real life today. And I need to, before I do that, I need to like shower and get clothes ready, and, you know, be an adult, you know. FCO is just so good. I mean, that was, you know, it was fun. That wasn't terrible. If these stages were, I would be so much happier if these stages were permanent. If every time they added one of these, it was just in the game forever, then I'd actually be decently happy with it. Now, obviously, the UI and everything is garbage, but... I'm doing that thing called going outside. That's the thing. Thing is, that doesn't work. That doesn't help. That doesn't help. If it's it probably is a rotating cycle, but that doesn't help at all. That's shit. Like I was saying, the whole point is like, oh hey, they just buffed this unit, or they just added this new rider. I really want to use them. Oh, and it's AOE, so I want to go do AOE stages where like a writers could, and oh, that's not available. Like, it just, you need on-demand content you can just do. Like, Christ. I don't know why this game is so obsessed with this kind of garbage. Like, not everything needs to be a fucking RNG shitfest. It's RNG if you get to have fun with your new unit or not. Yeah, we will be touching grass. I mean, we just need stars, really, but them crits. Billy is not exactly a star gen expert. It helps if you give him all the star bomb crap or command codes, like the best ones, and then we do like a quick chain. Then it's not so bad. Unfortunately, he has baby ones. Didn't crit a single time. You know, I might be able to kill 3 of these. I could do like Buster, NP. We don't make stars, but let's see. Yeah. That's always fun. Who needs AoE? Wait, why are we still listening to Virgil's music? What the fuck? This is what this stream is. It's just Virgil's stuff. What the fuck? I remember one time this played at like the dumbest time. Like I was like ranting and this fucking played. Like this is Mario Party like victory theme. What the hell? Get that art card damage in. Okay, well, Spartacus is Omega dead. Probably killed him 2.5 times there, so. Maybe 3. Probably 2.5 though. Get this buff quest done. There's some assassins here, but shouldn't be that big of a deal. I have so many buff quests to catch up on. You get a lot of SQ for doing it, but I haven't needed my SQ in even longer. Who knows? Maybe they'll add the Green Knight. They thought about it once. I can actually kill the Berserker, so I'll probably do that. 20. And we barely killed that, and we did not crit, so might need to NP one of these guys. Oh, good hand, though. I like how Canis doesn't change at all between her two versions. And they even say that in her profile. It's like, it's literally the same thing. Dude, regular Vortigern's voice actor was so cool. It's such a shame that we're probably never going to get it in Nefco. Or any other game, because if they ever have a reason to use them, they'll just make up a reason to use the fucking Nefco one. These command codes. Fuck. Well, time to get blasted. Starjin go. We actually made stars off of our art card. If you have a Starjin command code, you generally do, because it's like, it gives you a flat amount. I mean, they could add Maxwell's Demon, Red Baron, White Death, colors, Green Knight, more colors. Henry V, especially if it's like actually Henry V and not the Shakespeare one, that'd be sick. Oh man, it's only 2 waves. That's kind of disappointing. Fate, Strange Fate characters. I'd roll up pretty much any of those. You know, Dumas, etc. That'd be great. I mean, that will happen eventually. That was so lame though. The Fate, Strange Fate collab really didn't add any. Wow, I thought we would kill there. Proto Gil. I'd roll on that. I think I get 10 SQ if I beat 4 more strengthening quests. And then you get 2 SQ for each of those strengthening quests, so it's a good chunk. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 6 available, so that's plenty. Basically a 10 roll just waiting there. Too bad there's nothing I want in here. I don't even need story summon because I've pretty much got all the generic stuff that I want. I have no idea what these missions are. I guess they're not available yet. Okay, chat. I'm gonna wrap it up there. I'm pretty happy with that. We got some stuff done. I'll try to stream Relink later tonight, but I can't guarantee it. I'm gonna be kind of busy today, so we'll see. Sometimes I'm just so tired, I just want to crash. But I definitely want to play that with Boy. That was a lot of fun. We'll raid Cairo. Fucking beastly, dude. How does it even think to do that every time? Alright, I'll see you guys later.